shirt on for you.
I've got. Hey, we're matching.
Yeah, look at this, mate. I saw you wearing it. There we go. Look at that.
Yeah.
Straight down, yeah. I'm going
Sexy.
Hang on, we'll take it off. I got some laundry showing. Hang on.
With 2 players, we might be able to pickaxe.
There we go.
Oh, mate, if you saw, listen,
I'd like to do it with no
if you saw the rest of this bloody room, mate, honestly, if you saw the rest of this room,
Oh, well, I've got. I mean, I had my McDonald's.
well, do you want to see? So I smoke in this room. Do you want to see what my ashtray is currently?
I'm gonna dive straight down.
Oh no! Oh, no. I mean, I don't smoke like smoke in my house, so.
Oh, don't rub it in. Dean's head looks really small in the frame.
Go on then. You do what you got to do then, mate. You know.
Mate, you're here. I'm watching a MrDeanGenie video. This is you.
I can see that.
I'm in a tree.
See with floppers.
I'm in a tree. They do not see me in this tree. Oh my god!
See a West Gas. So,
Do you want me to come for the
yeah,
rest?
this was a good night actually, making that video. Like,
Yeah.
We got zone as well. We got zone as well. We got zone as well.
And then like Mr. J came in the chat and like he's a content machine, as you know, being on
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah.
and making loads of YouTube. So shout out to Mr. J. I had a really good stream, and we had a lot of content. Like,
I think I was in there on that stream. It wasn't the same night we did the man cake thing, though, was it?
Yeah, there was. It was. Yeah.
Oh, was it the same night?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. We'll watch that later if you know.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
Yeah,
Lumberjack
what's
and
your
I'm
name?
okay. Yes.
Breaking bot, breaking bot.
See, I thought I'd dress up for. I thought I'd dress up for the occasion.
Do it.
Yeah, so you know, I'm even wearing jeans. I went out in my pajama bottoms and I'm wearing jeans
Yeah.
right now. So this is the first time I've dressed up in a shirt and a blazer in probably over a year.
Blimey.
It's not been.
Blimey. You look beautiful, Dean.
It's the same
Oh, thanks,
scenario
mate.
as the last game.
I wish you hadn't shaved, though, because
Why not?
it dampens me when you've got a beard.
Well, I needed to clean myself up for today. I cut my hair and everything.
So did I. I shaved off my beard.
No way.
You missed a bit.
I survived. Please don't be a sweaty team. No.
Do you know what? I tried really hard not to laugh then, and oh, hang on.
He's been killed.
We're at a really
It's 1v1v1.
interesting point in this video. I'm actually way more. Do you know what? I've got such a janky setup. I've got a screen that hasn't got a base amount, so I've put a third monitor. So I thought I need a third monitor, so I've put a third monitor on a bookshelf behind my desk.
It's also Inception. It's me watching me play Fortnite.
It is. I'm enjoying it. Oh, have you got a riff fish? You haven't got a riff fish. Oh God.
No, you don't need a riff fish.
No spoilers.
This is it.
Not now,
Don't
Dean.
need a riff fish.
Not now.
I mean, this took a while, but it was actually quite easy to do in the end.
For the content.
And then, obviously, you know, once we did this, Jay and I were just thinking what we could do, and then, you know, went on to. Obviously, you played your part in it.
I did. You got this.
Like a meme that we tried. What's to do with the NPCs that are coming?
Oh, go on. We'll watch the rest of this video then. Oh yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Because I was in this one.
No one took.
Yeah.
Then we dressed up as man cake.
I don't. Have you got sound playing on the video? Because I've obviously muted your stream because I don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, got you.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's me
yeah.
watching you, watching Dean getting watched by me.
Amazing.
That's Mr. JOY. Accurate.
It is.
Not in.
But yeah, like there's other YouTube videos on the channel. So like before I started making Fortnite videos,
Yeah.
I made I started making like travel vlogs because like back in the day before all things COVID, as you know, I travelled a lot around the world.
A lot, yeah.
And I made like it mainly it's like pub crawls, so going to different cities across Europe and
check out their YouTube channels in the description.
I've been on like luxury holidays as well in Cuba, Mexico, Morocco, and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And I like to vlog them and just like more importantly, it's memories as well. And like I can think, like look back at them like 5-10 years later down the line and just like reminisce and you know. Then I started making Villa videos. So I started like it was when Villa were in the Championship for the second season. I made quite a lot of Villa videos, and it gained quite a bit of an audience and traction. I think I gained in the space of a couple of months like 300 subscribers just by the Villa videos, which is amazing. But then obviously COVID hit, and the thing is with like making the Villa videos, it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
So like it's for tickets, it's 40-50 quid to go and see them. It's tenner like on the train, and to try and do that every single, like, particularly in the Championship, there's 23 home games. Yeah. So you do the maths, that's a lot of money. But I went to Wembley. That was a good vlog. I mean, we did get knocked out at the playoff final, and I was crushed.
Yeah.
But then I hadn't uploaded for about a year, and then I thought, you know what, I'm on Twitch now, so I might as well start making some highlight vids and make it Fortnite orientated, obviously, because that's probably what I stream. And I thought I'd get myself onto making content on Fortnite and Twitch and putting it onto YouTube. I have slacked recently because I've been back at work, as you know. So, but I really enjoy making these videos. Like this video here is one of my favourites that I made. It was so funny to do, and then like piece it together and then it was so.
Yeah, it was really fun to do it.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably like, this was like the first couple of weeks of you streaming, wasn't it?
Oh, no.
Yeah, when did you upload? Yeah. So it was literally
January
2
28th,
weeks.
That was, so a month ago.
Yeah, so it was. I started streaming Fortnite on the 8th of January.
Yeah, so like 3 weeks into it.
I had 13 followers then.
13 followers, and look at you now, eh?
They got what, 102, 103 now?
I don't know, mate. Let me have a look. 102. Banging, mate. That is really good.
It's not alright.
So we're watching the end of this video, are we?
No, we can stop it now.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, if people want to watch it, you know where you can find it.
Yeah.
You know where you can find it and all that kind of stuff.
YouTube.com/MrDeanGenie. Oops. So, Dean, here we are. We've known each other.
Can I? Sorry to interrupt there. I did see in the chat. Doddy said earlier, why was I called Bombhead? Okay. Can I just start off by just addressing this? Doddy's known me so Doddy's known me over 2 decades.
Yeah.
That's a long time, right? So anyway, when I was a bit younger, when I was a little bit slimmer, my head wasn't slim. My head was massive.
You have always had an absolute,
Yeah, it's a massive dome.
Absolute football
head. I got called football head as well.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
But Bombhead was my main nickname, and the reason being was around the fact that my head was not in. I guess it was out of proportion with my body.
Yeah.
I got called melon on a toothpick. I got called Swellhead.
Swellhead's a good quite unique one.
And like even Doddy's mum said that when I was at Trinity Nursery in Shifnal, where I grew up, that when she went to nursery and I was getting picked up, she said her words were, "I look like a head in a pushchair." So that's where Bombhead came about, and I've kind of like moved away from that now.
You had.
I mean, it could come back.
Well, it's back, isn't it?
And I that's why I moved away in the end. The lads thought it was because my parents divorced and moved. I wanted to move away from them. Like Josh has been all right recently, but he was just as bad. But there was Birdie and Andy as well. All call me Swellhead, Bombhead.
Parents divorced. Was that because of the size of your head? They just, one of them couldn't handle looking at you anymore. so they just fucked off.
Yeah, that's pretty much
just like your dad turned around and said to him, "Oh fuck! Why did we look at the size of that fucking bastard?"
But
I'm
there
out.
We go.
I'm gone.
There's the icebreaker anyway, because I just thought I'd address that now rather than later before we forget. So carry on, Gaz. Sorry to interrupt. Go.
Pappy Ice King, thank you for the follow, by the way. No, it's okay. I was just going to say, so I'm 35 now. I probably met you when I was 23. You'd have been about 21.
I was talking to like Peanut about this earlier. I can't pinpoint the exact moment where you and I like met, spoke, and then became friends.
Yeah.
But I think it's around. I think when you were in with the Glaskins.
Yeah.
And it was before
Cheap Pop.
It was before. It was Lip Shock, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I'd have met you through that band. So because there was a period of time where I'm sure you probably remember that the Glaskins and Lip Shock played with each other every fucking weekend.
That's right.
It got like absolutely drastic. We're playing with each other a lot, and again, I was trying to think about this earlier on because I was going to ask you, can you remember exactly when we met? And I genuinely, I think you were just like around, and then eventually we got talking, I guess, because you're quite a big personality when you're out. You know, you're quite sort of, you're just a fun person to be around and quite loud, and you're not very in your shell. Are
you flirting with me?
Huh?
You flirting with me?
I don't want to. So I thought I was being really subtle. Don't tell them.
I think what it was. So it must have been on the gig scene.
Yeah.
If I had to pinpoint a moment where we became friends, like good friends, was when, like you mentioned, you touched on that Glaskins and Lip Shock used to perform with one another, gigging all the time, and I think I remember you guys were doing a tour that didn't really tour around, particularly like around the south coast of England. So I was already there. I was visiting my dad. I was in Exmouth, and you guys had nowhere to go, and you had a gig in Plymouth, and I was like, I know someone that can put you up for the night and for a really cheap price.
Yeah.
So we stopped at a campsite. And,
that was a horrible night for me.
That wasn't a great night for you. I don't think we should share that one.
We can get onto that.
Are you comfortable sharing
I'm comfortable. You know, these things happen.
So like you guys were stuck for a place to stay. I got you a place to stay, but it was an hour's drive still from where we're staying to the venue. And I think you can take over from this little bit, Gaz, can't you?
Well, I was just going to say, we were mates before that, but...
Yeah, but I think this was like the moment. You have it like a catalyst, which is like, boom, there we go. We're actually mates now.
Because we probably drank all night together. Yeah, so I will go on to that story. So I'll start the story at the campsite. So we met Dean. We met you in Exmouth, is that right?
I've just seen Doddy in the chat saying the campsite ? That campsite, Doddy, Pratt's Hayes campsite, is where I put them up for the night.
Oh, is it a campsite, Doddy you're familiar with, is it?
Yeah, Doddy, Birdie and Josh, we used to go to Devon every year for like 3 years. And we stopped at that very same campsite. That's why I knew it. And then I was just like, right, I'll get in touch with them and get you guys on board. So
They were smart with us. So we met, I'll say this story. Oh, God, people are probably going to turn off after I've heard this. We met Dean. Do you know what? There's a picture I want to find as well. We met Dean in Exmouth. The two bands did. You said you were visiting your dad, right?
Yeah.
And we met you in like the town centre. And we had some fish and chips by the sea. That's what we did. I'm just trying to search for you on Facebook.
Yeah. I remember. No, we went to the pub. We went to a pub called the York, which is the pub that I used to always go to. And I took Doddy and Birdie there as well.
Yeah.
So we had a few drinks at the York. We got to the campsite, and I think we must have gone by the sea. I think I don't have pictures of that happening, but I think we must have done.
Well, I had fish and chips with Dave and Mick.
Right.
Yeah. So I definitely did have fish and chips by the sea. But yeah, I'll try and find that picture that I showed last time, but it's probably buried deep down. But yeah, so I had fish and chips, and then, we might have had a few points as well, you know. So then Dean takes us to this campsite. He directs us to this campsite in the van. Was this by the time we got there, everybody had ate all my food and wore all my clothes? Were you in the van?
You were sat in the front, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone ate all your biscuits.
Yeah, and then when I got outside, of course. So everyone had ate all my biscuits. They were all in the back. And then they threw like a pack of biscuits, but it had one biscuit in it, so it flew to the front. So I had enough weight to fly to the front, hit me in the head. And then I was like, oh, fucking hell, they're my biscuits. And when I got out of the van, everyone was wearing my clothes. Peanut was wearing my boxers.
Yeah.
Like fucking a bunch of people. Johnny was wearing my a Batman t-shirt I brought. Anyway, we get to this campsite, and they already must have known. I'm thinking they either you warned them about us or they knew you, because they stuck us in like an orchardy bit.
No, they were fully booked.
Oh, were they
wanted
fully
to
booked?
take us in.
Right,
So
right.
where we camped is not a campsite plot. They were like, yeah, you can go in the orchard, and we're like, okay, cool.
Mate,
So,
it was smart putting us in there.
Yeah, 100%, or else we would have been evicted at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. But let's fast forward a little bit. Let's get to the venue. So we're at the venue.
No. I don't, not before the venue. I want to get the confetti cannon bit.
Right, okay. It was an accident. Everyone says I did this on purpose, right? So
I don't think you did it on purpose.
No, I didn't do it on purpose. So I had a confetti cannon, and there was an ongoing joke with Woodsy from Download Festival where I'd wake him up and fire confetti all over him while waking him up, like he's won them, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire kind of style.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was in the back of the van, and I fired off the confetti cannon, shouting Woodsy's name. And I accidentally may have set off the confetti cannon into his face, and it nearly blinded him.
Hit him right in the fucking
before
eye.
the gig as well. And I've never seen Woodsy mad, but he was mad.
Yeah, Peanut's in the chat right now. Peanut, you just popped up. Peanut, how pissed off was Woodsy when he got shot in the face? For that?
Yeah, Peanut was there. But yeah, I felt bad. I felt awful, and all of you make it worse as the years go on. I still haven't recovered myself. It's like I was hurt and Woodsy wasn't.
I know, but you're right though. I've never seen that lad angry, and I
made him angry. I made him pissed.
Made him really angry.
Yeah, it was probably 10 times I've done it to him though. So it's probably the 10th time he was going to snap.
But yeah, anyway, he might not have snapped.
Get away from that. Look. Let's get away from that. So we fast forward.
Okay,
we get to the venue. We get to this venue. I forgot what the venue's called, but it's in
Plymouth.
We're in
junction.
Plymouth. What happens? The junction. That's it.
So what happens? What happens that night is the fish and chips didn't sit well. That's what I'll say. Fish and chips and the copious amounts of booze, all of the above, didn't sit great, and I wasn't very well. I did lots of excrement. I went for probably about 6 shits. Anyway, so because we played with Lipshock the night before, and they were on first tonight, we knew their set, they knew our set. So probably my 6th or 7th shit, I was sitting on the toilet, as you would be. And I've got to preface this by saying, these toilets were like prison toilets. Oh, Lauren, you do know this story. These toilets are like prison toilets. And the only reason I didn't go on the other toilet is because there was an entire shit on the seat. If that tells you anything about the venue. So, I passed out. So the next thing I know, Lipshock are starting their set, I'm in the toilet. Next thing I know, Lipshock are on their last song. And I had nothing... I had nothing, no memory of what happened in between. I was really, really, really unwell. And then I heard my band talking in the toilet. Heard my bass player Fletch saying, "Where's Gary? Where the fuck is he? I looked everywhere for him." And I heard him, so I tried to shout Fletch. So in my head, I'm like, "Fletch, I'm in here." But that didn't come out. What came out was kind of me sounding like a little lamb going, "Fletch." Fletch. It's all I had. I had nothing. No, I don't want to become famous. Take Bannon, bastards. Well, yeah, anyway. I had nothing left in my system to shout with, and then they just opened the toilet, the toilet door, the cubicle door, and I'm just sort of sitting there like this, just in a bad way. And I said to the guitarist Sam, I'm like, "Listen, if I need to run off stage tonight because I was a singer, then Sam, you got my back." And he was usually really unsympathetic in these situations because everything was really professional. But he was really nice to me, and he was like, "You know what? I've got your back, mate." Sort of puts his hand on my shoulder. I'm sitting there, brown rain falling out my arse. At the same time, as he's got his hand on my shoulder, just like, "No, mate, I got your back. I got your back." And then Fletch turns around and he's like, "What do you mean run off stage? You're not fucking running off stage. What are you doing? You fucking bastard. You're not going anywhere. You're the singer of this band." I was like, "Oh, great." I'm there fucking dying. Anyway, I go on stage. I managed to do the gig. I was absolutely just an absolute mess. Dean was there, obviously.
I was filming it. So
it's filming it. Yeah. I found the photos.
Yeah. So basically when I was there, Johnny, 9 times out of 10 when there's a gig or there's an event or something like that, he'll try and get me to film it. So I already had the camera and everything all set, and I was meant to be taking photos initially, but I did take photos, but I think I filmed 2 of your songs, like each of the band's songs each. And we posted it on, at the time, I think it was Facebook. It was when Facebook started to become big. It was just after MySpace fizzled out.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of like the vlogs, I guess you could say, for you guys. Did that one in London at the 100 Club. Which is another story. Like, yeah, that was probably one of the best gigs I've been to.
Oh,
in
mate,
terms
I'm
of
really
local
good.
bands.
Yeah, Carlo said that was his best night out ever.
Yeah, it was so good, and like, yeah, we could share. We could be here all night talking about like some of the stories. But I guess the reason, like, I guess how you and I became friends is, it's very similar to like why I'm friends with Tate, Johnny, Peanut, Jot. Is that, you know, we have quite a bit in common. We're into rock music, we're into metal music. We've been to Download Festival.
Oh, we'll talk about Download. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're also into wrestling. We always talked about wrestling back in the day.
Oh, I just found a
WWE.
picture relating to that, actually. I'll bring that up in a minute.
And so, like, you know, that, and I guess that's why we've become who we are now. Is we've always had so many things in common. And we're going to talk about it later. And like, Twitch came about, you started to then tune into Twitch a bit more, and you know, now we're here. I guess that is the history in a bit of a nutshell. But obviously, we could touch on a couple more stories. You might have some in your back pocket. I mean, I could tell you about the time I saved your life.
We'll get onto that, actually, but I've got this picture to show.
Right,
Lauren, you've seen this before, because I did on one of my earlier streams before I started streaming Fortnite, when I had my 13 followers. I actually told this story, and Lauren was, it was just me, you and Lauren in the chat. But basically, that night, this looks like me pulling a face, but it's not. That's what happens when you've emptied the entire contents of your stomach for the last year out of your anus, and then you do a gig. So that was after that gig. I weighed 42 stone before that night started.
That's, yeah, and you're about, what, 16 stone now?
Oh, yeah. I wish I was 16 stone now. Fucking hell, I'm basically made out of tits now. I'll show you some more.
I was outside as well. I remember that because someone had to go at Park where we were parked, wasn't it? And had to go at us.
And this was the next day when they took the tent down on me. And...
Yeah. So I remember this. It's like I remember this distinctly because I was like sharing I was in the tent with you, I think. But I came out. I got up early. I think my dad was picking me up.
Yeah.
And I remember distinctly Phil walking up to the tent while it was collapsed on top of you, and I thought he was going to go and help you, and all he did was pick up an apple and just launch it at your head through the tent. And I was in stitches. I thought you were KO'd.
I'm underneath that.
Yeah, I thought you were KO'd at first, but yeah,
I had bruises all over myself.
Yeah, there you are. Yeah, you were underneath that.
So that was after a night of heavy drinking as well. This was me managing to get through I mean, you can just see the anguish on my face after. Look at me. I just look ill.
Yeah, you don't look great there, do you? Your hair's down and everything. You never used to have your hair down while you playing, did you?
No, when I was playing, I did. Yeah. It's just right. I had it tied up, but yeah, you can just. And there I am after the gig again.
You can see the brown stains down your legs as
well. Just the anguish on my face. Just not well.
Why did you have to leave?
Just not well at all. But yes,
You weren't good there, were you, mate?
I wasn't great.
It was a good night, though. I still remember that night.
You can see the deep setting pain. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I still remember that night. No, do you know what? I will have you. In fact, I'll start this story and then you can chime in a minute, because, to be perfectly honest, Dean, it was a really funny story the way it concludes with you saving my life. Now, honestly,
this is actually, but before Gaz goes up, this is actually a true story.
Yeah, it is a true story. It genuinely happened. So, me and Dean used to, every now and again, we used to play pool for money, because that was another thing me and Dean had in common. That was another reason I think we became really good mates. Excuse me, because we really liked pool, like UK, or well, World 8 rules or whatever. So we used to go to Riley's. And this one particular time, we used to play first to like 20 or something, or first to 10, something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we used to get a table for 2 hours, and we were usually done by then. One of us would get the better of the other. And we used to play for money, like 20 quid. And I remember this one night, we didn't quite get finished by the time the table booking had ran out.
Yeah.
because, and we'll have to do this again when lockdown's finished, but we didn't quite get finished. So we went to another place. We went to the Campbell, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
After this incident.
Yeah, I think we were carrying on playing pool at the Campbell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we went to the Campbell, had a few, and I think I lost.
Yeah,
like,
you did. Well,
overall, I lost.
let's get to that.
Okay, so
because this is the format of the story.
Because I
we went for food first. It's the format.
Did we go to food? No.
Yeah, we did go to food for food first because.
So like obviously, if you're from Coventry, there's a few of you from Coventry, so you're familiar with where the Campbell is, the Oak, and then obviously Express Def, as everyone calls it in Coventry, but Express Diner. So
gone now.
It's gone now. I think it's Chinese now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we went into Express Diner, and ordinarily when you're on a night out and you get an Express Diner, you generally take it out and just eat it on the wall or something. But we sat in because it was still like kind of like in the afternoon-ish. It was the early evening. So we sat down at Express Diner, we ordered some food, and we're sat opposite each other. And honestly, this has traumatised me. We can laugh about it now.
It was a horrible experience for me as well. It never happened before.
So I was there. I was just about to get into my burger, and then the next minute, Gaz just lets an almighty.
Let me explain how this happened. Me and Dean were chatting, and Dean said something and made me laugh.
No, that's not true.
No, it is. And I deep breathed in.
Yeah,
and I inhaled a bit of. I'm just going to say it. I inhaled a bit of kebab meat. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I completely inhaled a bit of kebab meat, and yes, as Dean said, the next thing I was like,
yeah,
couldn't breathe.
So I was looking at my food, looking down, and I looked up, and Gaz just went, and he was just staring at me like someone had stabbed him in the back, and I was just like, "You're right, mate," and he was like shaking his head, he was like patting his chest, and all this kind of. I was like, "Oh my god, he's choking."
It made me sound like King Kong.
Well, you did. Anyway, I jumped out. I jumped out the chair, and I was like, "Get up!" And I was smacking him on the back. I was trying to do the Heimlich, which wasn't working. And then a guy, like a couple of guys, just came over and helped me. And we're both just smashing your back, honestly, full punch in your back.
Yeah.
And then the next minute, you just went, "Oh!" And it just like a bit of like kebab just flew out, I think, into your mouth.
Yeah, because I went and walked out, and I went to the street for some reason, or to the doorway.
Yeah,
like imagine trying to walk in there, getting a kebab, and you just a guy in the doorway dying.
I think the door was already open, so we were all outside, and then I was like, "Gosh, you're right." It's like, yeah. So I was like, at this point, I was just like, I need to get
shaking,
some water.
panicking,
and I was shaking, panicking, everything. So I went to the counter, like, "Have you got water?" And the bastards behind the counter, I'm so glad they're not Express Diner anymore, they're closed down. But the bastards behind the counter was like, "Have you got water? He's just been choking on your food." No. I was like, "You got water in the fucking fridge?" There's £1. I was like, fucking. So I just threw a quid at him.
Threw the pound coin at him.
Yeah, threw the pound. I was just like, "He's just choked. He's nearly died on your food." And so I went over to you and I gave you the water. I couldn't eat my food. I had a full like 5-6 quid burger in front of me. I was like, "I ain't eating that. I can't eat it."
Who did go back and eat the rest of theirs though?
So who did go back and eat the rest of their meal after nearly choking to death? I mean, chat. There's only 1 or 2 people that could have done it. It's the guy with his hand up. He went back, sat in his chair like nothing had happened.
I'm fat.
His kebab. I was like, "Gaz, you mad?" And he goes, "I'm not wasting 6 quid."
Everyone always does the voice, don't they?
Well,
no.
You got to do the voice, haven't you?
Oh, bad.
But
and then
that honestly, thinking back, that it was, we can laugh about it.
See, Bex, you're laughing and we can laugh now, but it was absolutely traumatising at the time for both of us.
I'm sure it was. You carried on eating your kebab 5 minutes after. It was forgotten from your memory. It's still etched in my memory right now to this day. Your face, like almost dying.
You know what? I've got a story in a minute that I'll say about that. But like, yeah, and then afterwards we went to the Campbell and finished our game of pool. I won the rest. I won the rest of the games and took his money off him anyway.
So not only that, I saved his life. This is true, and I'm always going to say this. I saved his life, and with the assist of a couple of other gentlemen, and he proceeded to take money off me.
Won the bet though.
Yeah, but I saved your life. You could have gone, "You know what, mate? Keep that. Get yourself a taxi home." I had to walk home.
Won the bet though.
Moving on, shall we?
Do you know what you say about me choking? You know Fletch, don't you?
I think I know the story.
Fletch, yeah. I saw that lad outside, round the corner from an Express Diner, in that car park under the underpass. I saw him choking. He had some chicken and chips and he was choking. And he carried on eating.
Yeah.
Oh, the bacon story. Yeah, this lad. Fucking. We had it. We played. So the Glasgowns played in Welshpool. Peanut was there, wasn't he? And we had. Johnny always tells this story the best because they sort of said when we got there was a barbecue on. When we got to this venue we played, we'd already played 2 or 3 gigs that weekend, and this guy who ran it called it. When we get there, he's like, barbecue, beers for the band, barbecue for the band. Don't know why he was talking like that, but that's the way he was talking. And Fletcher had some sort of fucking, I don't know if it was like a bacon cheeseburger or something like that. So anyway, he thought he was going to die. He'd got a big rind of fat that he just swallowed, and it was about this long. And he says there was like a wedding party across the road. He was walking down the street on his own as well. That was the worst part. And he thought about going over to this wedding party, but he didn't. And then he pulled it out of his throat himself. And then he took us back to it later, and it's no word of a lie. It was about 6 inches long. So it's about that long.
Got a good gag reflex then.
Well.
That's a different. Sorry, chat.
Let's move on away from choking on foods and all that kind of stuff. I'm still traumatised by it, and you still rob my money.
Yeah, I was going to go through a couple of photos of us from the past and see if we've got any stories from them.
I've got your stream up. Let's have a look.
Let's have a gander at them.
Peanut said Johnny's chicken with tooth as well.
Oh, Johnny had a chicken with what looked like a tooth. It was probably just a massive bit of bone. Because we started calling him John E. Coli after that. This is why Johnny tells the story better, because obviously Fletch had the 6-inch bit of bacon. And then Johnny had the tooth chicken.
Why is it Johnny comes up with stink finger? You ever heard that story?
I haven't heard that story.
So we won't talk about that one.
If anyone wants to go and check out this band, that's my old band anyway. Enough of that done. So right, okay. Let's see. Oh,
there.
So Dean, you give me the sound that goes with that photo.
What? Which one?
It should be coming up now.
Yeah, you just leaked my Facebook to everyone watching. Cheers, Gaz. Everyone's seen my name now, my full name.
You've said your name on stream, and you've said my name on stream.
Anyway, I won't accept your friend request unless I know you. But yeah, that's a good photo, isn't it? What date is that? What date is that?
11th of August 2010.
Shit in hell! 11 years ago this year.
Give the noise. That's the noise that goes with that. Sorry, I have leaked your Facebook there. I do apologise. My name's Gary Britton, for anybody who's interested. And this is a photo I came across the other day. So these were all taken at the same time. So that's Johnny Coli. There I am. There's Dean. That's the guitarist out of my band, Sam. And that is Captain Fish Fingers.
Captain Fish Fingers, second on the left, chat. So if you want a face reveal, that's Captain Fish Fingers. He looked like what's-her-face from Bad Girls.
Oh, Shirley from EastEnders.
Shirley from EastEnders with that cut. And I think to this day he regrets having that cut. Am I right, Captain?
Yeah, I'd regret having that haircut. Mind you, I regret having the haircut I've got now a little bit. I don't know. This is when Dean didn't shave his head all the time.
I used to gel my hair. Yeah, I used to put a spray in there.
Look how old he looks now and all in compared to that photo there.
I'm not sure.
I've not really changed. You can't really tell with fat people, can you? How old they are.
That's going back another decade, isn't it?
Yeah, that's...
It looks like a skinny Boris Johnson.
Oh my God, he does!
Boris Johnson!
Oh my God, he does look like a skinny Boris Johnson. He doesn't sound like him.
Oh no, Captain. You've been... Oh no. He's not going to be happy about this now.
This is me and Dean.
We used to go drinking with Bojo. Oh dear. That was at White
Friars. Yeah, White Friars.
Acoustic night. Yeah, I remember
a pub
that.
that's unfortunately gone.
Joe, that T-shirt, that was one of my favourite T-shirts. Machine fucking Head, mate. I ripped that T-shirt at Download Festival.
Oh no.
Yeah.
There we are. Let's see if we've got any. There's not a lot of photos of us together.
No, it really isn't. That's quite surprising, actually. It's probably a good thing.
There's Captain Fish Fingers again, Shirley.
Shirley.
That's the Campbell, isn't it? That's where I took 20 quid off Dean after he saved me life.
No, I don't think that was the night.
It wasn't the night, but that's the place.
That's what you look like afterwards. It's like, yeah, I'm balling now. I've just taken 50 quid off Dean.
Yeah.
You know, he saved my life.
These are hookers to me.
Home. Yeah.
No, do you know what? Actually, if I remember that night properly, Diablo, thank you for the 2 months, my friend. Appreciate that. Oh my! Still haven't done the yeah. Welcome to the cake. Oh, I forgot I'd done that. You still need to do that. I'd literally forgotten. I'd literally forgotten I'd done that. Oh my god, I forgot to record this as well. I'm gonna have to download this stream.
Yeah, just download it.
Hope it don't look like shit. Anyway, what else we got? There's me and Dean. There's a lot of hypersexuality in our relationship.
There was. It still is now.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen you for a while. I'll tell you what the fun thing about me and you is, Dean. I didn't realise you'd not done. I thought Ramon's t-shirt was your favourite, Dean. Didn't realise I'd not done that.
I don't know what he's on about.
Oh, I don't know what he's on about either. The fun thing about you is, so if you remember, you always tell this joke about. You always make a joke about if I see you at the vets again. So, like, I saw you. When was that? Was like October.
That was a bit. No, it wasn't quite that. I think it was about December.
Was it December?
Yeah, it was about December. I saw you, but I was literally on the corner, just like on my way back from work, and there you were, obviously at the vets, over there, literally pointing to where the vets are over there.
Yeah.
And that was the first time we've seen each other in so long.
Years, literally years.
We'd always speak on Facebook or Insta or whatever, and then you started to come into my streams a bit more, started talking, and then we spoke, and we were talking mainly about like Twitch, weren't we, and YouTube, and I think you were talking about maybe starting it up yourself. And it's like, yeah, I'll give you a hand with it, and there we are. It's just,
and here we are now, because mental. I ain't gonna lie, like I owe a lot of what I've got, like what I've done on Twitch to you, because you've helped me with everything. You've helped me with, like, you've given me raids. You gave me my first raid. I remember I was playing Rogue Company, and we were literally just left with me, you, and Lauren in the chat at like 3 in the morning.
I remember that. Yeah. I remember that.
And yeah, you helped me so much with it. Like, I appreciate everything you've done and this podcast and stuff.
Yeah, I think like in regards to like streaming, if one of my friends turned around to me and said, "Yeah, I want to get into that," I'd help him every step of the way. So, like, Tate has helped me so much when I started streaming. When I started to I became affiliate and all that kind of stuff. He did all the emotes for me. He was always in the chat. He was always moderating. And I guess what's great about the community that we're in is that, as much as I may not have met about 80 to 90% of the people that I have on Twitch that I consider friends, I would stick my neck out for them to try and help them out on Twitch, whether it be to try and get them to become affiliate, or helping them out with Streamlabs, or helping them out with Fortnite, anything like that. I'll do whatever I can. Yeah. But the important thing to remember is, I mean, I don't want people like having the illusion that like things just happen like that. You do need a lot of it has got to be done yourself. So, you've got to, as much as someone can drop you a raid, it's then your job to make sure you maintain that viewership and engage the audience. I've dropped raids on quite a few people, which go, "Thank you for the raid," and then just stare at their screen again, and that's it. And it kind of puts you off of like from going back into them because they're just not that engaging. You do have to be really engaging when it comes to streaming. I
do believe, and I will say, because I'm doing that Fortnite noob to champ thing, the arena thing. Which is a little bit redundant now, because I'm not awful at the game anymore. I'm still crap, but I'm not the worst in the world anymore. But like, I got my first kill just after he raided me. First kill in arena. In fact, it was probably my first kill in the game. Just after he raided me, I remember that. Because he raided the stream. I was at the lighthouse bit. It's in one of my YouTube videos.
I was there, wasn't I? I saw that. Yeah. You were at the lighthouse and you managed to get the kill. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I was just Diablo. That's 80-90% of people that Dean calls friends on Twitch. I misinterpreted what I said. So 80-90% of the people that I've met on Twitch I've not met in real life. Is what I mean.
And
like Lauren lives in like Coventry, and I've never met her.
Me and Dean were talking last night. We're not sure if we want to meet you, Diablo, but we did the other day when you'd said it. We did sort of say, "Yeah, let's go for a beer," but we're not 100% on it.
We're not keen on the idea anymore.
No, I'm no offence, or just not 100%.
we don't know Diablo. Is what we're trying to say.
I mean, you're a good lad, probably.
You're right, but I don't know.
Oh
at the same time.
My!
Right, what should we talk about then, Gaz? So we talked a little bit about obviously us as friends and what we've done. So where are we leading up to this podcast now?
The next thing that I was going to discuss is I wanted to talk about, and obviously later on we'll go on to Twitch and Fortnite and things like that, but I wanted to talk about your relationship with video games. Okay. So tell me, what are your early memories of gaming? Like what sort of thing what was your earliest memory of gaming? Where did you pick it up?
Sega Master System.
Oh, the Master System. Okay, I had that.
Sega Master System. So I remember distinctly. It was an integrated game in the Sega Master System. Alex Kidd in a Miracle World.
Alex the Kid. Yeah. Okay. Alex Kidd.
Every game I ever played, and I was hooked on that game. Loved it. What else? Shadow of the Beast.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the Master System as well, on Mega Drive.
Master System.
Okay.
Prince of Persia.
Yeah, like the old. Yeah.
I still remember the password to get into the second level, HKP JGF. You can even Google it, and it is that password. So Prince of Persia. So I played Master System, played it with my brother a lot. I was a big wrestling fan, so WWF. I think it was WWF Warzone or not Warzone.
That was the one on the PlayStation.
Raw is War. No, Raw is War was on the Sega Mega Drive or Master
Might have been
System.
In your house, maybe.
No, it wasn't in your house. It was Raw is War. Okay. And there was 12 characters you could wrestle with.
Yeah.
So I played that a lot. I spammed that a lot because I loved WWF growing up. Got me a Mega Drive, and then from a Mega Drive, so one Christmas, like obviously the PlayStation 1 was coming out.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was begging my mum and dad, get us a PlayStation 1 for Christmas, please, 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 please. They said no. They said no. So they said no. One day I put my bike in a garage, and there was a big box in a Toys R Us bag, and there was a PlayStation there a few days before Christmas. So I was like, I'll get the PlayStation then. So opened up on Christmas, and I was like, oh yeah, this is amazing. And they actually also on the same Christmas bought us a telly for our room. They said, you were not playing the PlayStation in the living room, we've got you a telly. So I was a big FIFA big FIFA fan growing up.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. Yeah.
So all the way from 1996, I played FIFA with Andy, who's seen the streams.
Yeah.
97 on PC, 98 on the PlayStation. And what I did, because it was the road to the World Cup, is I'd manage 8 teams at the same time.
Okay.
And play every single game. The World Cup qualifiers going to the World Cup final with 8 teams.
What are we on about? FIFA 98?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's my favourite FIFA, I think.
Yeah, it's my favourite FIFA. Yeah. And then, that was a game I just spammed and spammed and spammed. So I played a lot of football games growing up, and I guess FIFA. I haven't played it much over the past few years because we know what FIFA's like now. It's all about Ultimate Team and people in-game buying and all that kind of stuff. I'm not into that anymore.
No, there's a lot of microtransactions. It's a bit
and I guess there's the microtransactions in Fortnite. We'll talk about later. It's different. You actually whatever you're paying is what you're getting. So it's up to you if you want to buy the cosmetics. Whereas FIFA, it's like it's almost like gambling.
Pay to play, isn't it?
Well, pay to win as well. If you spend like 2 million. 3 million coins on players, you're going to win against someone who's just opened them out of packs. So I guess FIFA was probably one of the biggest games that I played, but I did play other games around it. I like golf games, believe it or not. PGA Tour Golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, PGA Tour Golf and actual golf I played. Brian Lara cricket.
Oh, mate, the big balls and the big heads mode on that.
I didn't.
Big balls mode, not big heads mode. That was NBA Jam I'm thinking of there.
Yeah, so I played a lot of, and then I played one NBA game which I was hooked on, which was NBA 1998. So yeah, there was a lot of sport games I played, but then gaming kind of fell by the wayside when I was in my teens, like 14, 15, and 16, because I think this is going to be a completely different podcast, I guess, talking about what I used to do at school, but I used to do like stunts with my mates.
Go into that. Yeah, feel free.
I don't think I'm not going to elaborate on it much because I think that's going to open up another, completely other subject, and we won't have time to talk about other things. But that's something that we can talk about in the future. But I used to do a lot of filming, video editing, all that kind of stuff. So gaming just took a back seat, and I just didn't want to play it. I wasn't interested by it. Yeah. And then I got back into it playing Football Manager. and I started playing Football Manager games on PC. And I spammed Football Manager for about 3 or 4 years straight. And I love Football Manager. It's not that you can't really stream on Twitch. It's not really fun to
It's
watch.
like having another job though. Like I went through my period
yeah.
of time playing Football Manager games, and it's like when you know, I remember there was one game I played. It was on the PlayStation. It was by the people who made Actua Soccer. It might have been called Premier Manager 2001.
Was it LMA Manager?
No, it wasn't. Maybe.
There was LMA Manager.
It might have been.
There was like Champ Manager, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And then Football Manager kind of just then took over from like the.
I think this was called Premier Manager.
Premier, I don't remember.
But like I remember, I took that game up to 2058, 2059.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what are you doing with your life?
It does like it really does eat up a lot of time. So like there was this one time myself and Johnny played Football Manager 2012, and this was in about about 5-6 years ago. And we sat in his house in 2 days and played 32 hours of Football Manager. And we were to the point where we were just delusional by the end of it. Like the session, we went to bed at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., woke up at 11 and carried on. And it just like for 2 days straight, we just spammed it. We loved it. And I guess that's when I started getting back into gaming. Now, like obviously, if we're talking about the past 3 years, you know, I think it might have been. I think it might have been. I was looking on the internet and I saw that Fortnite was. Like everyone was playing it on Twitch and YouTube, and VicStar123 was like making Fortnite videos. So me and like I live with Captain Fish Fingers, as you know, and we were talking about it, and we were like, "Have you seen this Fortnite? Everyone's playing about." So he was the only one who had a games console in the house at the time.
Yeah.
So we downloaded it, and me and him just took it in turns on his account, just playing Fortnite. And yeah, I think that's going to bring us on to. You know, all things Fortnite, maybe. But
before we go on to that, though,
yeah,
I remember. So, can we talk about? Because I only played a couple of these. Tate was involved in this. I've got an interesting story about that I remember, which is brilliant. Your FIFA tournaments. Used to with Lee and Johnny and Peanut and
that's so. That's completely slipped my mind. I'm glad.
Yeah, we've got to talk about the FIFA tournaments.
So the FIFA tournaments, they started on FIFA. Probably correct me. It was FIFA 2008 or FIFA 2009, and there were 7 of us got together, and we basically picked a captain, which it could have been any player you wanted. FIFA 09 it was, and you pick a captain, any player you want, and then you pick players from different leagues, and the max that you capped at like 4 or 5 from each league that you can pick, and then you have to like so on and so forth. So it started like to becoming a weekly thing, and then as time went on, it was like every 2 weeks, every fortnight or something like that. And the longest stint we went without playing it was a month. So you know, I was the first ever. It was called the FIFA Draft Championship.
Yeah.
And I was the first ever FIFA Draft champion, and no one can take that title away from me. So it was just a great excuse to get around someone's house and just like spam FIFA tournaments like throughout the whole night. Now, Tate and his monumental FIFA strops, which I think some people in the chat that have seen Tate play Fortnite can relate to some of his.
No, they were nothing compared to what like. Oh Christ!
So there was this one time Tate conceded. No, one time he said, "I should have won that game," and he lost 4-0. There was one time it was around Jots. He conceded, threw a shoe across the room, picked up the shoe, put it on, left the house, got into his car, and drove around the block once, and came back, and then carried on with the tournament. He threw a shoe a lot.
He did that at Johnny's as well, because I was there playing myself one day, and he got out, and he said, "Oh, I'm going." And he got out, he went in his car, and he was back half hour later. He'd driven around for a bit. He'd come back.
They're legendary. And he started to make a name for himself on the old Facebook. I think I did a Facebook Live video once where I was like, Tate Strop inbound, and it was 0-0 up until like the 80th minute, and then he conceded, and it was, it's just like kicking off again. But yeah, and it was a great way to get together. I loved doing the FIFA drafts. I never played like FIFA on my own. Like, I found it boring playing on my own. I was like, right, I've got to play FIFA with my mates. And obviously, you were involved a couple of times with like FIFA games that we played and that. So, yeah, they were the good old days.
So I was going to say, I've just because it's just come into my mind, and I'm going to play a video of it because so you don't think I'm mental.
Okay.
So when we're talking about relationship with gaming and what the first game you ever played, so you're saying the first game you ever played was Alex Kidd?
I'd say so, yeah. I think Alex Kidd in A Miracle World is definitely the first game I played.
Hang on, let me see if I can.
I don't know when it was even made. It's something that I want to look at. Alex Kidd.
Right. So I'm gonna say this, right, and I'm gonna pull up a video just to prove.
Just want to say it was 1986 that it was released.
Well, just to prove this is a real game, right, and I've not just made it up.
Okay.
The first game I remember playing was called Penetrator. But I've got to play a video.
I just want to see chat for a second.
I might not be able to see them at the moment because it's...
Just making sure... Yeah, I thought Bex would be the first to pipe up on that one.
Yeah. No, right, I'm going to play this video just so you know. So this is ZX Spectrum. So this game was on a cassette.
I'm just going to start my webcam again. I'll still be here because it's
okay.
kind of dropping frames. Okay, carry on, mate.
This game was on a cassette. Right, there's not even any sound on this video. It's amazing. So this was the first ever video game I played.
What is this? It's like someone's just like... That's never the first game you ever played.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
At least like Alex Kidd was like, there was more to it.
Well, it's funny you say that. Alex Kidd, let's pull up the Master System version.
Yeah, Alex Kidd in Miracle World.
Yeah, okay, so this is what you're used to playing, and I'm sure...
We're going meat free.
Do you know what? I'm just gonna mute that
one
for a minute. It's an ad, so yeah, I'll play you
sorry about the ad, chat. Sorry about the ad.
Oh god, the ad. Power through meat-free date nights with some beef jerky. God, yeah, because we definitely eat that here. So this is MrDeanGenie's earliest gaming memories. How does that make you feel?
Nostalgia. I was 4 or 5 years old when I first started playing this game. I remember it like it was yesterday. How awesome is this?
Do you know what? You need to get an emulator.
I would play this, yeah. I'd definitely play this.
I've been playing Super Mario. I played Super Mario on Brothers 3 on stream.
Mad. Oh, I remember the money bags. And then also in those mystery things, sometimes there'll be a ghost that pops out. You'll probably see it in a second. But like, you have to get as many money bags as possible.
Yeah.
And then like if you get a ghost, you do want the ghost to touch you.
I agree with what Jay's saying in the chat. This song is an absolute banger.
Yeah. Alex Kidd is a brilliant soundtrack.
So did you ever play Wonder Boy?
No.
See,
I think it's about this as well. If you see how the screen moves, you
yeah.
can't go back.
Yeah.
Like once you go so far, you can't go back. So if you've missed like a money bag or something, you can't go back.
Yeah. So I think it was for me after that ZX Spectrum. So I think I played one set. See if that's the thing.
Another game I forgot. Sonic the Hedgehog. Everyone's played Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic 1, Sonic 2.
So did you play the one on the Master System on the Mega Drive?
Both.
Okay, yeah. So on my Master System, it was built in. Why have I searched for Hoya? It was. Just remove that. Let's see that.
That's it. You want to be careful with your search history here, mate. Can we get a ho yeah?
Hoya.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I think for me after that, I was Nintendo all the way.
Right.
So
ho yeah.
I was yeah. Thank you.
Ho.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, we fucking went into Bex's stream yesterday. Oh, that was brilliant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was us, by the way, Bex.
Yeah. So Bex, like, she's a Discord noob.
Oh, do you know what?
Like, I've seen about 1,000 announcements on her Discord, and you can't see any of them because she said it's private. So she made a voice channel. I saw it was open to anyone. I was just like, you know what, Gaz, we're getting in there.
Yeah, because we were on a call.
We got in there, and it was fantastic.
Give me 1 sec, because I'm gonna pull up the clip.
Chat, do you reckon Gaz is doing a good job so far with GazmatazChats? Type 1 in the chat if you think he's doing all right. If he's doing a good job.
Thank you very much.
Just type 1. Let's see some 1s in there.
Oh, do you know what? I might pull up.
Couple of ones.
Oh,
They're not bad.
Some ones.
You're doing all right, Gaz?
I've got 15 viewers at the moment. I appreciate that.
That's really good, mate.
So I feel like I just want to watch this clip as well because somebody's doing a clip called "Moaning in Fortnite."
Moaning in Fortnite. Are we sure we want to be doing that?
Come on, ass. I know you can go milk those cows. You heard me.
Oh, you know, damn right.
I know you love milking those cows.
Is this her? What is it?
Just like pulling on those
I
nipples.
don't know.
You feel me, dog?
I don't know. It just looked funny, so I thought I'd watch it.
Clip it. Clip it.
Okay.
Moaning in Fortnite. Ho, yeah.
So this is what we did.
Oh yeah.
She was in a Discord chat.
Oh my fucking god, bro! What the fuck was that? Bro!
What was that?
Who was that?
Oh, Bex.
Bex is full of lols. Yes. Bex has a Georgian Tennessee accent sometimes. Sorry, Bex, I couldn't resist that. It wasn't my idea. If it helps, Bex, it wasn't my idea. It was Dean's idea.
No, I'll take full accountability for it. It's fine.
It's funny. No, can't deny that.
Funny? What's funny?
So yeah, we've done our earliest video game memories. What was your actual favourite game as a kid, though, Dean?
That's a hard question.
So we're talking go all the way up to 18, yeah. So from when you first started playing to 18, because obviously now I'm assuming your favourite game is Fortnite. So what was your favourite game?
So pre Fortnite, it's got to be FIFA 98. I think I think FIFA 98 with some of the absolute legends that were on that game. I know some of you in chat aren't football fans, but like someone who is a football fan, FIFA 98 hands down is the best FIFA game ever released.
Let's have a bit of gameplay.
Even with the graphics that you get on FIFA now, which is insane in comparison to FIFA 98.
I mean, look at how good the graphics were though for PS1.
This is 1998.
97 actually it came out.
Yeah, 1997 it came out. And I mean, the graphics are amazing.
Italy.
Let me turn it down a little bit.
And I've got so many fond memories of playing this game.
Yeah.
John Motson, Andy Gray as commentators.
The indoor mode.
Yeah, you can play indoor. That was in 97, and I think you could play it in 98 as well.
Yeah, 98.
So you could play indoor. You could score some absolute. The best goal I ever scored was with Derby County, Paolo one shot from.
I remember.
Beyond the halfway line, and I scored with Paolo one shot.
You know what the problem was with that game though?
Go on.
I don't know if it was just me that did this, but did you not score from every corner?
You could score from not every corner, but you could score from corners.
Yeah.
I just did I used to run along the wing, cross it in, double tap circle, and go for a bicycle kick or a volley. And I used to score a lot of them. But FIFA's come a long way. But this is hands down my absolute favorite game.
Let's look at the intro. Bearing in mind this is PS1.
The intro to FIFA 98 is the best.
Yeah, here we go.
I've got to unmute your stream for this. Sorry.
Yeah, go for it. I won't be able to hear. Oh, I forgot about this. Song 2. Fuck.
Yeah, this is the absolute best.
I love it. I'm almost definitely, when I upload this to YouTube, going to get demonetized, but it's okay. I've got about 3 followers, 3 subscribers. So. No. Woohoo!
Those graphics for a game in 1997.
Yeah, for PlayStation 1, yeah.
Yeah, they're immense. Roberto Carlos, Romario, Bebeto, Canija, Gabriel Batistuta, legends on this game.
Can you remember which FIFA game it was that had like the soundtrack that just slapped? It was like the best soundtrack in video gaming, I think. Was it 2004? It had like Kings of Leon and...
Probably around now. I wasn't into FIFA then. Like I said, I went through that stage, my last couple of years in school where I didn't game at all. I played WWF SmackDown at most. But I spent a lot of time filmmaking, video editing at that point where I just was gaming on the side.
So I'm gonna bear with me. Let me just hang on. So I'm gonna play something now. Unmute my stream again, Dean. And I just want to see what your. I'm just gonna play the sound, and I just want to see your face when the sound comes on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is. Yeah. That is.
You're not a true gamer if you don't get goosebumps.
Well, do you know what was even better than that was this one? Bear with. It was.
Oh, hang on.
Hopefully there won't be an ad.
Do you mind if you take a 2-minute break in a second, Gaz? A 2-minute break.
Yeah, no problem. I'll just.
See, that one doesn't have the same effect on me.
No?
The PS2 one. No, the PS1 definitely.
PS1 was amazing. But yes, whilst you take your 2-minute break, I'm going to have a quick talk to chat. And what I'm going to do is, because chat have expressly started discussing some games.
Go ahead.
So
I'll switch off my camera, Devin. I'll be back in 2 minutes, mate.
Cool. So, chat, you guys have started talking about games. What games were some of your favourites from your childhood? I heard GoldenEye mentioned. GoldenEye was one that I heard mentioned. We're downloading an emulator to play it. GoldenEye Perfect Dark. Do you know what? I had Perfect Dark in the... there was like a collection. Of the rare collection. I had Perfect Dark in that. But yeah, GoldenEye multiplayer was a good game. I'm feeling that. But, like... I didn't have an N64 till I was about 18. I think the PlayStation was the best console. Hit me with some other games that you really, really like from being a kid, and we'll pull up some gameplay videos. Animal Crossing on Nintendo was your first ever game. So we'll play it now. Animal Crossing on what console was that on? The 64 or the GameCube? '64. I didn't even know there was an Animal Crossing. What? Tell me like some of your favourite childhood games whilst Dean's away. and we can have a look at some gameplay. So I'll tell you what I want to do right now. Actually, I want to pull up. I want to be a bit self-indulgent here. My favourite game from being a kid, like, well, from one of my earlier gaming memories is Super Mario Brothers. What's the most recent former world record? So world record, okay.
With MailChimp's creative smart.
Oh, shut up. So yeah, like, one of my favourite games is Super Mario Brothers. I don't know a favourite. I've had many. I've had too many I like. Streets of Rage and Golden Axe. Have you never completed Mario Brothers, really?
Out to see was played live on my Twitch. Miniland. Try and do the thing where I get rid.
So this is like a speed run where somebody completes the game in 4 minutes and 55 seconds. How's it going, Connor? Welcome to the stream.
Left press. I mean, maybe I just did perfect poll inputs and wasn't thinking, but I felt like I pressed left.
Stacey's back.
At least 1 frame early there. Yeah, so it's so easy.
Mate, I still play Super Mario Brothers now sometimes.
It's actually going to happen in 2 attempts, though, because then it's 27,333. Also, isn't it weird that I'm close to 30k attempts? Like,
I mean, this kid's really annoying. Like, his voice sort of grates on me a bit, but... do you know what? I'd like to stream more old school games. I did play Super Mario Brothers 3 on an emulator, but it crashed.
I think this is back 3 back.
And I've got an NES as well.
With like over 50k.
So... Spam the chat. What was the first game consoles you ever had?
Back in like...
Spam in chat. Tell me what the first game console you ever had was.
I said, I'll try and do 10,000 attempts as a summer project as a joke. I said I was going to try and do 10k, and now I'm trying to do... Now I'm
N64,
over 14k up from
PS2.
there. In fact, it's just under 14k since
You had an Atari? 2800?
960 or something.
So I had the ZX Spectrum instead. Atari ST. Okay.
Nice. 135.
Does anybody in the chat remember the Atari Jaguar being a thing?
4.3? Did it just down plus right? Okay. I swear it down plus rated.
Mega Drive and the original Game Boy.
I had to take my blazer off, guys, so I was getting a bit toasty.
Oh, that's okay.
I feel like I'm dressed down now, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay. I didn't put mine on. I'm just, I'm going to finish this because it is so short. There's only 2 minutes left. It's like a Super Mario Brothers speedrun world record. This lad completes the game in 4 minutes 55 seconds. But yeah, I was just talking to chat about, there was a Lynx, yeah, there was an Atari Lynx. So, Diablo, your first one was the original Game Boy. Had an attachment that went on it. Magnifying glass. Oh my god, the Booster Boy! I had the Booster Boy as well. It had a big light on it, it had big speakers.
Right.
I did.
BBG, do BBG properly.
I did have that, I remember that.
I'm watching this guy doing the speed run, right? Well, I mean, is this fun to him?
I mean, I like Super Mario Brothers. I would speedrun the game
what
if
I mean
could.
is, yeah, but like he must have probably had to play this game thousands of times.
Yeah, he said he's got close to 10,000 attempts at this.
Yeah, when does it stop being fun though? Is what I'm saying. It's like that's mad.
Wow. Okay, I think the previous...
I don't know. This had 167,000 views. He had revenue on that.
So I guess
That's very true. Did he just die then?
No. No, he did a flagpole glitch. I watch a lot of these. So, yeah, we'll get onto that in a minute, actually, because we're going to talk about Fortnite, and then we're going to talk about Twitch and how we got onto Twitch and stuff, so we'll get onto that.
I FFO
No problem
I'm
at all.
certain of that.
See, I never really played much Mario.
Yeah, because you were a Sega boy.
Yeah, I was more of a Sega boy than the PlayStation boy. I never really dappled with Nintendo.
Yeah,
I didn't get the I didn't Sega Saturn.
That was ECO save.
Tate, have you still got your 1990 Game Boy? I've got an NES in the cupboard.
Dude, I'm DJ AG.
I'd like to learn to speedrun a game, but the thing is, there are so many fucking... It's not just about playing the game. There are tricks and stuff. Like you'll see in a minute, he does a wall jump. That's a frame perfect clip.
Yeah.
That he does. So it's like...
Well, guess we're getting record again. This is a mid.2. No idea what the time is.
It's just crazy. A lot of this is like, obviously...
Nearly touchdown.
Like muscle memory, isn't it? Just like knowing when to like...
Perfect water, dang.
Panzer Front from the Atari. Well, I'll check that out in shortly. Because chat, if you stick around, obviously, stick around.
My gosh.
At the end of the stream, we're gonna do
Dude.
chat questions to MrDeanGenie.
I think that's 8J,
Oh,
which is
sugar.
0.22. I tied.
Do we have to?
We are gonna do that, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
There you go. That was a Super Mario Brothers world record. Right, okay. So we touched on Fortnite, how you started playing it. So what were your early experiences of Fortnite like? Because obviously then I would imagine you're on controller and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So what were your early experiences? How did you like it? What were your feelings towards it?
I loved it. It was I like I said, I was watching YouTube and I started watching YouTube videos of Fortnite before I started playing it. And I was addicted to watching YouTube videos. So Big Star 123 was one of the first ones I watched.
Okay.
Then I started watching Ninja because I saw on social media stuff about Ninja, and it's like this Ninja's the best in the world at it. So I started watching him. Watched his YouTube videos, daily content that he chimed out, and I was like, this is a great game. So I spoke to Peanut about it, and he was the only one with a console in the house. So he got it downloaded. He's like, and came home from work one day. He goes, look what I've got. It's got Fortnite up. So we sat in the living room, just taking it in turns, playing Fortnite. So obviously, when I first started playing it, I was on controller. I was awful. I would hide the entire game just to try and get a win.
Yeah.
Failed every single time. So more people that we knew started to download the game.
Yep.
Tate downloaded it.
Yeah.
Jot downloaded it, and Jot introduced us to Spelly and Nick, who we used to play with all the time on there. So we used to play squads or 50-50. And now, in order for me to play, I was just like, well, I want to play with you guys, but how am I going to play? And Peanut's like, try my laptop out and see if it works on there. We'll get it downloaded, but you'll have to play on keyboard and mouse. And I was just like, okay. So yeah, where I'm sat now, I've had this desk. Initially on this desk was my TV just here, so I had Peanut's laptop out on here, and it wasn't the best laptop. Terrible performance on it. Like it was really bad. Like I barely get 20 frames a second on Peanut's laptop, but I wanted to play the game, and it got to a point where even when I wasn't playing with Jot and Peanut and all them, I was playing it on my own and just trying to get better and better, learn the building. Bought myself a gaming mouse, so I was just like, I need a gaming mouse so I'll be able to build, so I can put the build buttons on my mouse, so I can free up my hands on my keyboard to do X, Y, and Z. So I probably use Peanut's laptop more than Peanut used his own laptop.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where it was January 2019, and I'm a very customer. And I got a credit increase just out of the blue. I never asked for it. And I was just like, wow, I can actually probably get a PC or a laptop. But it was still out of my price range. So I was just like, I'll get a PS4. And with the PS4, I can then connect my keyboard and mouse somehow to the PS4 and still play keyboard and mouse. So for about a few weeks, I played, and it was like night and day from Peanut's laptop to the PS4. Even though I had a bit of input delay using the keyboard and mouse and PS4, it was night and day in terms of performance. And I bought a monitor as well, which was on top of it all. So I spent about 300-400 quid just so I could play Fortnite and play it properly and have really good performance. And I can't put in the early days of playing Fortnite, it was just, for me, it was getting together with my mates and just having a laugh. And it was just the goofiness of it, because it wasn't sweaty back then. There was some sweats, but it wasn't always sweaty. We played 50-50. Chat will probably remember, playing Fortnite when 50-50 was a thing before Team Rumble. And we spammed 50-50 just to try and do weekly challenges.
So what was 50-50?
exactly what it is: 50 players versus 50 players.
Oh, got you. Okay.
And you know, we used to spam that because we were terrible at squads, and we never quite liked squads because we were never good enough.
Yeah.
So I was playing it more and more and more on my own, and you know, I got my first solo win. I think I got 2 kills. Ran into Peanut Special. I was like, I got a solo win. I was like jumping up and down and all that
Just
kind of
saw
stuff.
me today.
Yeah. So, like, you know, I think it's the thrill of playing the game at the time, trying to get the win, and always failing, getting so close yet so far, and it just made me want to play until I got a win. And once I got the win, I was buzzing my tits off, and I was like, I'm going to get another win. So yeah, like I said, I've got the PS4, got the mouse and keyboard, got my monitor, and I was just like, like a few months prior, was recording content. And so he was streaming on Twitch, but he wasn't really like technically streaming. All he was using Twitch for was to record the gameplay to make YouTube videos. So I thought it was a great idea, and I was like, maybe if I started to record on Twitch, download the VODs and make YouTube videos, that I could do something from my POV and do something slightly different to his. And I don't know how it happened, but we'll talk about Twitch in a bit. But like, obviously, I just fell into streaming. That's what happened. Fortnite got me into streaming. But like, it got to a point with Fortnite as the seasons went on, the people were getting better at the game, and like Tate lost interest. I think it was around season 9, season 10. Peanut started to lose interest. So I was there on my own. I was playing solos, or I was playing random squads all the time, and you know, and I utilized Twitch then to reach out to other people who have the same kind of passion of playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
So the first person I reached out to was Jiggly. So you know, I saw her streaming.
Yeah.
I was like, let's run some games, and you know, we just, and that's me and Jiggles basically. That's how it started, and we've been friends ever since.
Yeah.
Shortly after Jiggles was a guy you're not familiar with, but Brad is. It's how I met Brad. It was GB Sisu. A streamer, PC streamer, webcam and all the works, everything like that. So went into his stream one night, raided him. Do you want to play some games sometime? Played games with him, and I met Brad. And through GB, I met MrDeanGenie. And that's the beauty about Fortnite, and why I love Fortnite so much, is because it just brings people together from any end of the world. Like I've met people in Holland, met people like obviously on Twitch and Fortnite from Holland, from places like Macedonia, the States, and it's just meeting different people, new people, and just having a great time playing Fortnite. And that's what I think I love about Fortnite the most, is how it brings people together. And that's then I guess that's what entwines Fortnite and Twitch, I guess, and we'll talk about Twitch in a bit. But that's my story of Fortnite, and you know, I've played the game for about a good 3 years now. I'm still shit at it, but I still love playing it because it just brings people together.
Yeah. What was the first thing you remember like buying from the item shop? Skin
Well,
wise.
at first I bought the battle passes.
Yeah.
We started buying emotes. There was some funny emotes that were in the item shop, and they weren't that much money. Like 200 V-Bucks, like 400 V-Bucks, 500 V-Bucks. So the first emote I bought was Jubilation, and shortly after that was the Eagle. Okay. And they're so goofy and so funny. I was doing the Eagle to you last night when we were playing some games off stream, and we were just in hysterics, like listening to these emotes, looking at these emotes, and the character doing these really stupid emotes. Then my first skin I bought was Tomato Head, and the reason why I bought Tomato Head was because of Tim the Tapman, who is one of my favourite streamers to this day.
Yeah.
And he used to rock Tomato Head in Fortnite all the time, and I was like, I'm buying Tomato Head. So that was the first. It was released in season 3, but I think I bought him around season 5. I had to buy him when I saw him in the shot. I was like, I've got to get it.
Yeah.
So that was the first item, I think, like the first skin I bought in Fortnite.
And what's probably out of all of the skins you've bought, what's like your go-to? I know you wear a lot of different skins, but what are some of your favourites?
I've just seen on your chat just now, Dean doing Jubilation in a Prague club. I did do Jubilation in a Prague club.
Is there video evidence?
Might be. I don't know. I didn't put it on my YouTube channel,
Oh, okay.
but it might be on Tate somewhere. But yeah, I did Jubilation in a nightclub in Czech Republic. What was the question again? Sorry, mate.
What are some of your favourite go-to skins to wear?
So when I was streaming, I wanted to make a skin my own. So when people see that skin, they instinctively think MrDeanGenie.
Which is, I guess, with the man cake thing, I suppose.
Kind of, yeah. So you kind of owned a man cake character. So mine was a Technique skin from Season 5. It was in the Battle Pass.
This Chapter 1, Season 5, I guess.
Chapter 1, Season 5. Yeah. So I just used Technique all the time. Even though I had like other skins that I could wear, I always used Technique. But then when I started meeting other people on Twitch and they started to buy stuff in the item shop, it kind of encouraged me to. I think it's quite important, particularly when you're on Twitch, is to, if you can afford to, of course, because we all know it's quite expensive buying the cosmetics in Fortnite, especially like kids who are like 13, 14, 15, going back to their parents all the time asking to borrow a tenner to buy something in the item shop. It can get expensive.
But
I think so it's like, it's quite important, particularly when you're streaming, is to have an up-to-date skin on that's just come out in the item shop, because that's what engages the younger audience. It's like they'll see a streamer, they're rocking a new skin that's just been released in the item shop, and I try now. I don't try and buy older skins that come in the item shop. I try and buy the most recent up-to-date ones just to keep the content new, I guess. So I mix it up. I do have a few favorite skins, like Afflesher Assassin. Is one of my favorite skins that I wear. Michonne from Walking Dead is an awesome skin that I wear. The one that I've been wearing today from is it Street Fighter?
Street Fighter, Chun-Li.
Yeah, Chun-Li. That is an awesome skin. I've been wearing that all day today. So I like to chop and change it as well. And a lot of people on Twitch also want to see how many skins you've got in the locker. So I try and mix it up as best I can. I haven't worn Technique skin in months. It'll always be my skin. If I put it on, like Brad and I wore it in the Winter Royale a couple of years back, and he's got the Technique skin as well, and we wore it all the way through. So Technique will always be my kind of like my most iconic skin.
I've got to be honest. Obviously, the man cake is mine because that's a big cake and all that. But mate, I'd love that Street Fighter skin, like the Street Fighter skins.
Yeah.
They're both really, really, really good.
Yeah, I think it's it's some of the cosmetics they put in Fortnite. I think that's what draws people into Fortnite, is the cosmetic side of things as well.
I've spent.
There's a question in chat, Gaz. If you could have any skin in Fortnite, what would you get? Any character, etc. Any skin. That's a good question.
Any skin, any character.
Any skin. That's a very good question. It could be anything you want, Gaz.
You know what? Has Negan ever been in Fortnite?
No, it's only been Michonne and Daryl.
Negan with
the baseball
with
bat
Lucille. Yeah, Lucille as the pickaxe. Because I mean, they got Predator. I'd like to see maybe a Tekken or Mortal Kombat crossover. Would be good as well.
I think that would be good.
Yeah,
I think there's going to be loads more crossovers in the years to come. I think the thing is about Fortnite, which makes it quite unique in comparison to other games. There's no people say it's a dead game. Like on Twitter, you see trolls say dead game this, dead game that.
I hope not. I've already started playing it.
It's a game that has been around for a good 3-4 years now, and there's no sign of it slowing down.
Yeah.
And as much as I hate the game sometimes, I can't stand some of the things that happen in it.
Fortnite is arguably a game that they could not make a sequel to, and it could just stay out forever.
It could. They could just continue to do what they're doing.
Like Minecraft.
Yeah. So Minecraft, obviously Minecraft has withstood the test of time.
Yeah.
It's been around for a long time. Fortnite is still quite new. If you look at some other games that are still being played to this day.
Yeah.
But Fortnite has always push the boundaries on what it can do next with live events. The live events are special.
I've not been
there's a live event due this season.
Yeah,
it's coming up it's going to be coming up in a couple of weeks. But if honestly, the live events, the first live event that I watched, I wasn't streaming. I was playing on Peanut's laptop, I believe it was, and it was the rocket event from Chapter 1, Season 4. Best event ever. And all it is a rocket taking off. But it's the best event ever. And I will always say this, like, I'll always have fond memories of it, like, because the live events, they shut off nowadays all the playlists. You can't play arena, you can't play solo squads or duos. You have to watch the event. Whereas back then, you were in a game when the event was going on.
That just happened.
Fighting a bit. So I remember we were pushing a team, and we were next to, if people will remember this, people that have played the game a long time, the disco, the factories, which weren't too far away from like Happy Hamlet. So like you could rotate Happy Hamlet, go onto the hill where and there's like the factories and the disco. We landed there. We rotated towards Fatal Fields, and we got into a fight, killed the players, and next minute, the rocket went off, and that was it. It was insane, and I would never forget that. That is the best live event that's ever happened. And Tate's got a video of that on his YouTube, which we could watch a bit later if you want.
Actually.
It's honestly one of the most fondest memories of Fortnite was that moment. It was so good.
I might pull that up.
Yeah. If you get Tate's YouTube channel up, Tate, post the link so we can watch it.
Yeah,
it's a very short video.
Do that would be great.
And this is what makes me love the game, is the live events. I look forward to live events, but unfortunately, in the past couple of live events, my game's crashed.
So I was watching the Galactus live event with you.
Underwhelming. That event
was a bit crap.
It was the reason why it was underwhelming is because someone as big as Galactus being defeated so easily, I think
Galactus is the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, and he got defeated so easily. And don't get
by
me wrong,
a battle bus.
Yeah. So like the visuals were fantastic. They really were probably the best ever. But I'm more about not the Marvel stuff or like the crossovers they do. I'm more about what is going on with the Fortnite storyline. And it really wasn't anything. The only thing that was interesting about it was the end of that event where Jonesy was lied out on the floor nearly unconscious. That's my opinion anyway, chat. Don't shoot me for it.
Let's just have a quick look at that rocket event on Tate's channel.
Yeah. This is like before I started streaming. And Tate was like obviously recording this for YouTube content. It's only 2 minutes long. I might turn them.
Going off.
It is.
There it is. There it is. It's going. Oh God!
Look at Tate's loadout as well, by the way.
Where's it gonna go?
I want to see what happens.
Oh no!
What if it destroys us?
Oh God!
Yeah, let it. Come on, join us. And look at the sound of our voices as well.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about it.
Oh, people are shooting it. I'm aiming at it to see where it's going.
Where's it going?
This is crazy. I can't believe we killed that team as well. I don't know, we'll find out. It's going really high.
It's going to come back down. It's coming. It's coming back
I
down.
get goosebumps watching this.
It's coming back down.
As well, because it's just nostalgia.
Where's it going?
How many years ago now?
It's coming back down.
3 years this year this happened.
Yeah.
Oh God! This is fucking ace.
Where's it going to go?
Have you noticed no one's dying now?
No. Oh my God.
What the fuck?
Oh my God, it's near us! Holy shit, it's right next to us! Where's it gonna go?
What was that just destroyed? Is that haunted?
What's happening? What the fuck?
What the hell's happening?
There's another rocket over there on the right. What the hell is going on? Where's that going? What the
fuck?
Where's the rocket gone?
I don't know.
It went over there. There's another one.
It's over there. Oh, what the? That's my head. What a view.
Is this where rifts came from?
There's a rift right above us. There's a fucking rift right above us.
Yeah.
This happened in the middle of a game.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Guys, bear in mind, zone is closing in. Oh no, I don't care.
This is mad.
Anything else going on?
What?
Is that
I
it?
can't believe we literally. No, I don't know.
I think that's it.
I don't know what. It's created a rift in time and space.
That is the best event.
Now we're getting shot at.
Because it just
We need to
happened in
go.
the middle of the game. We were preparing ourselves. We knew there was going to be something happening with the rocket because it had been built that entire season.
Yeah.
And then it just happened just in the middle of a game like that. It's just insane. It was
Yeah.
so good. The glory days of Fortnite, that is.
Yeah.
And nowadays it's all about box fighting, 1v1 me this, 2v2 me that. You know, whenever I host 1v1s, Moxie's like popping up in the chat and he's like, someone say 1v1s? Sweaty dog.
Oh, Moxie. I do like Moxie. He's a fun guy.
He's bearable.
Yeah, so this ultimately, because we've spoken about this and we spoke about streaming a lot. Also been talking about your relationship with Fortnite and how you got into Fortnite as well. So this brings us on to the Twitch chat. So you mentioned that you started to get into Twitch when you were playing Fortnite. You'd seen what Tate was doing with recording videos for it. And then you started to do the same, and then you started streaming. So, like, when did you actually start streaming? So I imagine you had Twitch for a lot longer than you started streaming. The same with me.
So I had 2 accounts on Twitch. So one I use on my iPad to watch bigger streamers, Nick Merckx, Tim the Tatman Ninja, Tfue, Dakotas as well.
Yeah.
So when I got my PS4, I was like, oh, I can actually do what Tate's doing. Was to record on Twitch through my PS4 and make YouTube content.
Yeah.
Don't know how it happened. I really don't, because all of a sudden I would stream and I wouldn't even have chat open. That's how bad this was. I would have my monitor in front of me. And I'd see in the top right-hand corner, oh, someone said something in chat. So I'd get my phone out, get Twitch on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll go and open up my stream and go, sorry, could you repeat what you just said? I missed that. And then I'd start speaking to them through my phone. But I don't know how it just happened, because I'd switch on my stream and I'd have about 4 or 5 people watching me. I was just like, okay. And I'd have people coming in saying, can we play some games? I was like, yeah, sure. Like, of course. And one of the first people that did that was a guy called Brandon. And he's a moderator. Brandon, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's in the top, like, he's like, before I was affiliate, he followed.
Yeah.
And then Trickster, you probably come across him
Tricky,
before.
yeah, I've played with Tricky.
He was another one, and he was insane at the game at the time. And if he carried on playing the game, he would have made some serious money on this game. But he didn't, because obviously when you're a kid, your attention span isn't like the same as someone like ourselves. If there's something we like, we stick to it. Whereas like if you're 12, 13, 14, 15, 1 minute you want to be a full Fortnite pro, the next minute you're on Minecraft.
Yeah.
That's kind of like how you are as a kid. So, you know, I started to get like, get people coming in. Can I play some games? Like, oh, you're like, follow for follow was a lot when you first start streaming. You get people coming in that just want to follow.
Yeah, I don't get that anymore, but I did up until about 6 weeks, 7 weeks ago.
If you didn't have someone like myself, Tate, Bex, like Jiggly, for example, Brad as well. Like I'm just seeing people in the chat now that are like au fait with what's going on with Twitch. If you didn't have them and you were just out on your own playing Fortnite and you didn't have any mates looking out for you, you probably would get it a lot. And like the first couple, you'll be like, yeah, go on then. But then it will just be a swarm of people then if you like encourage that mentality. So I got a lot of that, and I was guilty like in the first like 20 followers of following for following. So someone come in, follow for follow, yeah, sure. So I'd follow them, they'd follow me. Never hear from them again because it was a thing to put up the numbers. So anyway, it got to a point where I got to 50 followers, and straight away I was averaging 3 viewers a stream, and I made affiliate, and I was just like, mad. I was like, that's great. Yeah, I might stick at this for a little bit longer and see how it goes. About 6 to 8 months later, I get my first subscription. I mean, it's really weird, like the early days, because all it was a case of flicking on my PS4, flicking on Fortnite, and just that was it. There was nothing more to it. And I guess as time went on, it started to become a little bit more structured. I started making the stream schedule, and I'd start being a little bit more professional in my approach when I was on the console. So like I touched on it earlier with obviously Tate and Peanut not wanting to play the game again, and Jot stopped playing completely.
So I was out on my own really, and I was like flicking on my stream and flicking on the PS4, and I had no mates to play with, so I played random squads a lot.
Yeah.
And there was one stream which was really funny. It was a guys, like I said, from Macedonia, and I did random squads, and all three of them were mates, and I was the singular one of the group, and we spent 6 hours playing games, and I streamed it, and they all followed. They still follow to this day. And it was such a good laugh, and I was just like, that's what I need to start doing, is putting myself out there to other streamers, and not be like, oh, if I follow you, you follow me, and we'll play games. It was just like, just going in there, asking them, shall we play games? And that's how it starts. And that's what happened with Jiggles. Met GBCC, met Brad, Mr. JOY. And there was they got a couple of like earlier stories. I mean, I don't want to drop names neither, but they're not part of like the community that all of us have got going at the minute. But I went into this one streamer's stream one day, and I was just like, "All right, mate, how's it going?" I dropped him a raid. I think I dropped him a raid of about 6 people. And I was like, "How's it going, mate?" It's like, "Do you want to play some games like sometime?" It's like, "Yeah, sure. Like, come on in now if you want, mate." So I joined him, and I was talking, and he wasn't answering any of my questions, or like, I was just trying to have like a chat with him, and he just wasn't responding. I was just like, "Fuck's sake. He's a bit ignorant. Like, he's just talking to his chat and not talking to me." And I wasn't streaming. I was just genuinely wanting to play games with him. That's all. I was like, a bit weird. So I flicked on his stream, and he muted me. And I typed in his chat. I was like, "You do realise you muted me?" He goes, "Yeah, I don't have voice chat on. I mute all of you." I was like, "What?" I was like, "So you invite people in? I'm here like trying to network and stuff like that. You've invited me in, and you don't want to talk to me. You have no interest in like wanting to know me at all." And it turns out, as I started watching him a little bit more, he wasn't particularly great at the game. He was just getting people to carry him every single game. I was just like, I was blown away by it, and then so like I died in the game, and I just immediately left the lobby, and I was just like, "Yep, see you later." Just wasn't having any.
Wasn't me, was it?
It might have been. It could have been you. You don't
could have been
talk
me.
to me.
Yeah, I
You
don't
shout
talk
at
to you, and I not now, Dean.
But like sometimes things like that don't always work out on Twitch. So like I always try and network with as many streamers as possible. And I've said this quite a few times to people. At the end of the day, streamers like us, doesn't matter how many followers you got, whether you got 10, 50, 100, or 500, we're all in this together. We're all in the same boat. There's no point in competing against each other. Let's support one another.
Yeah.
So, Bex mentioned earlier in the chat, I was her first raid. And I raid people, see what they're like, and then if I can bounce off them, I'll invite them in for games, and we'll have a laugh and banter and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, most of the time it works, some of the time it doesn't. You come across people and you just don't vibe right with them. But that's what I love about Twitch as well, is just meeting the new people, and just helping each other out, because we're all in this together.
Yeah, I remember I raided somebody a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
they didn't have face cam on. Their game audio wasn't coming through, and their stream was running at about 56p.
Yeah,
learnt my lesson there. Always have a look at the stream first. Learnt my lesson.
The one thing about Twitch now more than ever, because I've been a console streamer for a long time. So a good 18 months of the 2 years I was a console streamer. So streaming straight from a PS4. And I think I did okay in growing a community and a following with my PS4. I think I got eventually up to like 300 followers, 400 followers, something like that. It might have been 500 actually. But it's only so far you can get being a console streamer. When you go on browse, particularly when you go to raid someone, you look for people with a webcam, because you want to see their reaction and you want to be able to like relate with that streamer, I guess. And I know some people I mean, it's a big investment streaming as well. Like, if you want to make something out of it, you do have to invest quite a bit into it. Yeah. And I think it's really crucial, that you make that transition. If you want to make like Twitch streaming work, is to invest, get yourself a webcam, get it doesn't have to be an expensive setup, just get like a budget setup. And I think that's where you'll start seeing like channels grow and all that kind of stuff. And I much prefer like being on webcam. I didn't know how I was going to be, because I'm actually quite self-conscious, like sometimes with the camera, particularly recently. Like I'm at eczema, and eczema like flares up on my face. And I was when I started like making a transition to PC, I was like, right, oh yeah, I've got a PC now, I can get a webcam. And I was like, oh no, shit, webcam, fuck, Exma, like self-conscious, like shit, like people are going to think I'm a right ugly twat. They do anyway, but
if the cap fits.
But yeah, I think I'm really glad that like as time's gone on, I've made that transition from being a console streamer to a PC streamer. Like you can do so much more as a PC streamer. You don't have to like just play games. You can chat with people, watch videos with people, whereas you're quite limited on console. But not to say that you can't go anywhere just being a console streamer. I've seen people that have been a console streamer for so long and they've got tens of thousands of people following them. But I think it's very important as well to check, like to make sure that you evolve and you just don't rest on your laurels when you're streaming.
Yeah. So it's fair to say I've got your Twitch stream up now because I want to have a look at some clips and stuff.
Right.
So it's fair to say that your streams kind of out of the community kind of popped off a bit. You got 954 followers now.
Oh.
When did you first notice? What were you go on, say what you were going to say.
No. I wasn't going to say anything. I was like,
Yeah, 954 followers. You're 46 away from the big 1,000. I mean, fucking hell. Fair play. Spam some emotes in the chat for MrDeanGenie popping off.
Oh, thank you.
Do that. Spam some. You know I love an emote spam. Spam some emotes. But yeah, like, when did you first notice, like, oh shit, I'm growing a following here?
I don't.
And like, were you on console? Were you on PC at the time?
I think it was coming up to my last few weeks of being on console, and I knew I was going to have to invest in a PC soon.
Yeah.
Because I knew it's like my stream kind of plateaued a little bit last summer.
Right.
There was a dip. And mainly because I started playing Call of Duty. So that has a massive impact on my average viewership and people coming in. But it got to a point where I was like, I do need to really evolve the stream if I want to be able to grow it. And I think I started to realise that I had a community when I first did my first stream on my PC. And I think it was a test stream, and all of a sudden people were coming in and they were like, oh my God, that's your face.
Yeah.
And now they can put a voice to the face and like they can relate to me kind of thing. And I think it was at that point I was like, right, okay, I can make this work. So obviously the webcam initially on the laptop. So like I'm looking at you with my laptop in front of me now. So like the integrated webcam I was using for a few weeks, and I knew that as much as I was using that and it was working at the time, I needed a better camera. So I invested in a Logitech Streamcam, which is what I'm using now. Really good quality. Got myself a ring light. And like I said, piece by piece, I've just been evolving the stream. And once you evolve, that's when you start seeing obviously more and more like, people come in and like, I think that's when I started to realize I have a following now is when I went onto PC. You've had quite a few followers just then.
I was just going to say, just give me 1 sec. Diablo, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Josh, Lois, Nick, Connor, and Orbs, welcome to the cake party. Welcome to the cake club. I appreciate
I thought they were follows. I thought they were follows, but no, I didn't realise you were Pog champs.
Oh, thank you very much, Diablo. You are an absolute legend. Diablo's got things sorted then, I think.
Oh, you must do.
Yeah, he must have done. Diablo, you are an absolute legend. Number 1 gift subber, 35 gift subs from Diablo Boy 101. You are you haven't got it sorted yet. But whatever. However you've done it, you don't understand how much I appreciate you. You are the number 1 gift subber, 35 gift subs. Thank you very much.
Fair play, mate.
Thank you very much.
I thought you were having like a spam follow then. I was just like, and then I looked, it's Diablo again.
I thought that as well, and then I was like, yeah. Oh my God, bless him. Mobs, welcome to the stream. So, we started to notice you got the following on the PC, and honestly, mate, you're like, obviously you've helped me so much, but I say like 6 weeks ago I had 13 followers. Now I think I've got 102 or something. But like, you were in. From my memory of it, is when I first started streaming. You were in the 600s or 700s,
Right.
maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you've really, really popped off recently, like,
I think
and you've done a good job.
I think what it is, I think COVID, right, and lockdowns, horrible. The whole thing has been horrible for the past year. But the one thing that I can take away, and a lot of people can take away from being in lockdown, is Twitch.
Well, that's why I started streaming.
Yeah. So I, you know, I think every cloud has a silver lining, and the silver lining has certainly been being able to, when I have been on furlough from work, and not just like sit around on my ass and doing nothing. I put all of my effort and passion into trying to develop the stream, the channel, and just growing a community. And I think that's the important part about my channel, is making sure that I grow a community and like everyone gets along. I hate it when like people like are like negative in the chat. I don't like see people upset in the chat. I like to have like a positive community. And yeah, I pride myself on that. So like, whereas like if you, not to say like, you know, to throw shade on any other streamer out there, not just in the community but in general, but like for example, I do 1v1 box fights. If you go into some streams, that is a really toxic environment to be in.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like when I've tried to do 1v1 box fights, I don't want to take it seriously. It's like, yeah, I do want to beat them, but it's like if they beat me, they're the better player. So it's like GG's, and I'll just try and do it with a smile on my face. And I think it's very important when you're streaming that you're enjoying yourself. If you're not enjoying yourself playing a game or anything like that, and you're trying to like, you know, basically you've just got 150 bits. Do you want to like go and thank him?
I was going to wait until you'd finish what you were saying.
No,
Bex, thanks for the 150.
It's your stream.
Bex, thanks for the 150 bits. Hoya, oh my god, thank you so much. You're amazing. Appreciate that. Thank you. Sorry, Dean. Carry on.
It's fine. I know you just like you were itching at your chair like this, rocking back and forth. Like, oh, bits. I go, Bex. But honestly, like I said, it's really, really important that you enjoy what you do, because like, you know, no one wants to watch.
Don't apologise, Bex.
Like no one wants to watch like someone being miserable on stream. If I saw someone being miserable, toxic, or anything like that, I'd just switch over and find someone else. So I think it is. Yes, I do rage at the game, but everyone rages at the game because they're passionate about the game they're playing. So when you see me rage about Fortnite, it's because I'm passionate. I know I could do better in some like aspects, but I also am passionate about the game. I want to do well at the game. So that's why you see me rage, but I'm not raging. There's not aggression behind it where I'm going to want to like, you know, punch someone in the face. I'm more angry at myself than I am at anyone else. Or yeah, and like I said, it's really important that you enjoy yourself on Twitch. If you don't enjoy yourself playing a game or a certain game on Twitch, don't do it.
I completely agree with that. Like, I mean, I did when I'm not even gonna lie about this. When I first started playing Fortnite, I was doing it for that challenge, that noob to champ thing. But I have really started to enjoy Twitch now. Fortnite now. I literally, honestly, I've really started to enjoy it. It's like, yeah, I've spent so much money on it. It's just the best. Honestly, it's one of the best things I've ever done.
Yeah,
playing Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean, Fortnite it's not everyone's cup of tea. As much as it is the biggest game and one of the biggest games in the world, not everyone enjoys watching it or playing it. But there are a lot of people that, you know, you've started it. I mean, you've joined the game at a really strange time, because obviously it's 3-4 years old. This game is now, so you've joined it at a very strange time, because obviously you're in your mid-30s.
Yeah. And
there's not many people in their mid-30s that will start playing Fortnite, and you've stuck at it. In fairness, it's only been like obviously a couple of months. You've stuck at it, and I think if you carry on, you'll start getting better at the game.
Well, I got my first solo win, and I knew. Do you know what? Today, I will say, I felt that I was starting to get better, and I felt that I was playing well this morning.
Yeah, you looked better.
Yeah,
I said it in your chat today, like an hour before I went live. Your movement's a lot better in the game.
Yeah,
and simple things like movement goes a long way. Like if you like, you're moving around when you're farming, whereas you used to stand still and farm. It's very important that you move around when you're farming because you'll just get headshot sniped.
Yeah.
You're building a lot better.
I've started to learn how to build on height and stuff. I can't crank or anything.
The one thing you need to like learn is to stop shooting your teammates. So chat, the other night we were playing some games and I was like, I felt like I was getting sprayed by everyone. And when I mean everyone, not just the enemies, but my teammates were also spraying. Teammate was also spraying me. Gaz thought I was the enemy and tried to kill me. Then Diablo did the same the other night. He RPG'd spammed me 6 times while I was 1v4ing a team. And Diablo was not interested in killing the opponents. He was interested in RPG spamming all of my builds out. Thanks, Diablo.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's kind of what happened. I think he was just having a bit of banter. I think
with Diablo now, I mean, like I am very close to banning him.
In real life,
IRL, Twitch, Mixer, you name it. I'm going to ban him off every platform I know if he continues to dick around the stupid pink pelican. He thinks I'm laughing as well.
I think it's.
Do you see this?
Yeah, I mean, that's like serious. Do you know what? Diablo is one of the. Well, some of the people I've met through streaming myself, Diablo, Bex, obviously Tate I already knew, Moxie, Jiggles. I mean, it's so. It was just something I guess that I don't know if I was expecting because I play with these people sometimes off stream. Like I played with Jiggles off stream. I played with Bex a few times off stream.
Yeah, I think I think a little bit of it is to do with the association with myself and Tate. However. I think a lot of the chat can agree with me when I say that, and I've already told you this, that a lot of it is to do with you and who you are, your character.
Because that's the thing, because I'm quite bad at Fortnite, but yeah, I have got a lot of...
You have like a character which people warm to on Twitch. People know, like people aren't tuning in. They're tuning in to see you do well on Fortnite, but they're not expecting, obviously, crapped gameplay. So, I know it sounds bad, but... They're tuning in because they like you. You're a very likable person.
Oh, thanks, mate.
So that's why people tune into you and watch you, is because you are such a likable person, and they want to see you succeed and get better at the game, and they want to be on that journey with you as well.
Yeah.
They want you to get better at the game, get a solo win like you've just done today, and who knows, get to Champions Division on Arena, and people will be really made up for you because you are a very likable person.
I do really appreciate that because, I think, I just really appreciate that because, it's just.
You lost for words, mate.
Yeah, I don't know. I just really appreciate it. It's very, very kind of you to say it.
That's all good. I've just read a couple of things in chat, and they agree. So, I'm only just saying what everyone's thinking, and we'll tell you in chat. So, hopefully that will give you the encouragement to continue. And I knew Doddy would pipe up. I mean, Doddy. I like Gaz.
I feel the love. I do feel the love in the air. I'm loving it. Yeah, I do feel the love in the air, and I really, really appreciate what you're saying there. I'll tell you what I want to do. Just bear with me 1 second. Right, okay. Tell you what I want to do. I want to look at your, say, top 5 clips.
Do we have to? Because there's going to be someone, Pink Pelican, that's going to pipe up that the most viewed clip involves him in some way. I'm going to quickly delete it. Hang on.
Top. Oh God! You've got some decent views, so I'm gonna go.
Let me have a look.
I'm gonna go with. We're on your channel now, so I'm gonna go with number 5 first, which is called Low Elims Minimal Victory Royales. So that's from 2 years ago.
Look at that. Maybe I can add some context. Yeah. So this was PS4. Playing games with Peanut and Tate. And yeah, if you click on the clip and show the chat, that I think that I think it's very self-explanatory.
There they go.
This is when pubs had moving zones as well. I want moving zones to come back in pubs.
Just shoot him.
Don't ask me why this is in top 5 clips.
He lagged like fuck. He lagged like fuck. He completely lagged. He couldn't move. That is the easiest win ever. He lagged mid-air.
Oh,
I think they're both lagged.
That's really unfortunate. They literally lagged out. Oh,
yeah,
that's really unfortunate.
So that was the like the 5th most viewed.
That was the 5th.
That's a long time ago.
He's gonna do it.
He's going to do it. This is Mr. X's clip. I'm gonna bang some ass, Mr. X. Mr. X is a lot of out of context clips. He likes to clip in my chat. So this is one of them, I guess.
I'm gonna bang some ass.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
The third one. I mean, we all know this one, don't we? The third one. We all know this one. This is actually a class clip.
This involves me.
This is where Gaz became like the Twitch like legend. This is the birth of GazmatazGaming.
I think it probably is because
yeah, you were streaming this.
Yeah, I was, and people got to know me a bit after this.
Oh, I'm going now. Let's get that one out of the way. Wait a minute. Right, Gaz, get out.
I will add some context to that.
Lag.
So, no, it wasn't even lag. I tried to sabotage, and I was walking over the vent at the time, and I clicked the button, and as I clicked, it changed to vent.
Yeah. The second from so the second
We've all
clip.
been there.
So this clip I've been wanting to do for some time.
I thought I'd click this.
What the second clip? I don't think. No, it's definitely Miku because it said clip by Miku Plays Games. So Miku missed Miku missed the first bit of it. There was a bounce pad play involved. I've always wanted to do this because you always see it on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube, people trick shotting, and it wasn't very good, but it's good for my standards. I'm a scuffed streamer.
Right, it was
a very bang average Fortnite player. So something like that I pulled off here was pretty decent. I was pretty proud of it. Oh! Someone clip that! Yeah, I was pretty proud of that one.
I would have been proud of that too.
And then the last one, we don't need to play this one.
Right.
Listen, we don't need to play this one.
I'll tell you why I'm going to play this one, because it is quite embarrassing. I'm going to play this one because when we were off stream playing games the other day, chat, Diablo did this to me, and Dean was his accomplice.
No, hang on. No, wait. This is what happened.
And then Dean got salty when fucking Diablo was rocketing him.
Yeah, but that's different, right? Because you got rest. Did you not get rest?
Well, yeah.
I didn't. I died.
So Diablo did this to me the other day, and Dean said about, is it all right to go down the waterfall? I'm not even going to go down the waterfall. Diablo says, oh, you can go down the zip line. You can go down the zip line, so you can see it's okay. And then Dean went down the zip line and was like, oh, it's okay. Yeah, it is okay. Blah blah blah. It's fine. You haven't done it this time. Lols. And then I went over the waterfall and I was like, oh, it's safe to go over the waterfall. And I think, funnily enough, I was wearing that skin.
You might have been actually. Yeah.
I was wearing that fucking skin.
You didn't have to put on the clip.
So this is what happened to me the other day, and Dean was an accomplice.
Zip line. Not a single shot on it. Back to Miku.
You're encouraging it. I'll make sure.
Oh, I'm gonna put that on again.
No stream delay. For you top 4, top 3.
Is it
Yes.
Not a single shot on him.
Do you know what? That's happened to me twice actually. Once was when Diablo was messing around and did it, and then there was another time.
It's not funny though, is it?
There was another time where I was chasing a team down. I was pushing a team,
It's not funny.
and they built at the bottom.
It's not funny though. I don't think it's funny. Chat, I'm taking that clip down.
I think it's so funny. It's worth another play.
Gaz. You better not be playing it again.
Zip line. Not a single shot on him.
You're making it worse because it's going to remain the most viewed Twitch clip. I don't want stuff like that. That's my most viewed Twitch clip. I'm all about your triple edits and box fights and cranking shit. I'm not.
Well, I've got your channel up. You've got my stream on, haven't you? I've got your channel up. What's one of your favourite clips?
My favourite clip.
Yeah, one of your favourite.
It's been deleted off Twitch. It's when Tate blew himself up with an RPG. No, and the second one that I clipped, he deleted it because he went off on one of his Tate drops. He was trying to build and protect himself, and he laid down 12 launch pads. And honestly, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. And I clipped it. He deleted it. So I can't really show you the best Twitch. I could actually show you one. I'll link it you.
Yeah, if you link it in the chat.
Yeah. 1 second.
Whilst you're doing that, let's have a go at this again.
Zip line. Not a single shot.
Is Tate piping up in it? Is Tate piping up in
No. It was just the perfect time. I've watched that clip again. It was just the perfect timing of the build, to be honest. Tate says the RPG is on the trailer on his channel.
He might have taken that clip down, you know. Yeah, he has, I think.
It says the RPG's on the trailer on his channel. Let's have a look.
Yeah, but no, the thing is, yeah, it's funny, but the original clip is the funniest because he spends about a good 45 seconds running from one side of Retail Row to the other. And Brad tells him there's an RPG with the rockets next to it if anyone wants it, and Tate picks it up, says, go on then. And as he picks up the RPG, he just fires it and kills himself.
You know what? One of my favourite clips is...
Go on.
This is a Tate clip.
I
don't think it's the most viewed one.
I know. I've just seen Diablo. My favourite.
Do you know what?
One where he celebrates after a snipe, then a rocket launcher breaks the builds and kills him. It was the gauntlet, the big orb that Dr. Doom used to have.
Is that? Oh, I love that clip.
I hate that clip.
I'm gonna play you a song, chat. Oh no! So this is. Do you know what? I'll embarrass myself because I embarrassed you. This is the most. Get the fuck out of my game, bitch.
Get the F out of the game. This is brilliant.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Oh my god. And then I'll this was.
He's got a guard, there you go.
But this is Tate.
Fucking hell, he's sweating like a bitch.
Just go for the card. Yeah, this is actually Tate's best clip, and it's not even on his channel. He's on his other shot.
Oh,
straight in the
Oh, do you know what?
Jump out of it and get the card.
That was brilliant.
You hit him hard.
This is the best bit.
He ran past it.
Oh. No! Oh my god! For fuck's sake! Oh my god. Oh
so
my
it's
god.
just a bit where it's like, no!
No! Oh my god! Oh, for fuck's sake.
I mean, Tate does have some sensationally funny clips. And I think maybe it's how ridiculous that clip is ridiculous, by the way. But it's his rages that go along with it because they are so ridiculous. There's one I've got a clip actually I can share on mine.
Yeah.
Which is so Tate, it's untrue. I mean, one day you'll probably have him on here, won't you? But
yeah.
You can go through it. But this is on my channel. Let me just find it. It is so Tate.
That podcast topic.
Just 1 second. I'm just trying to find it.
Yes, Josh, we went to the same shop to buy our shirts. We both bought our shirts at the same time.
I found it. I'm going to post it in your Twitch chat.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, do it.
But this is so Tate, it's untrue. There you go, I posted it.
Oh, Tate's put the channel trailer in. Should we watch that first? Because that's got the RP.
No, watch the clip. No, Sonic, you can watch his trailer next week or the week after, whenever you do the next one. Well, watch this one. You haven't got it up on the screen, have you?
Oh, hang on. Yeah. Good point. Good point. I did swap screens.
I moted. I moted accidentally. I need to unbound that
again. And he's there, I should have done better! And there he is dancing with fucking Easter eggs. It's like, how can you not laugh at someone who's raging for dying when you were dancing with a basket of Easter eggs? Look at him! Come on! He goes for the pump shotgun. And he's got a basket of Easter eggs! He's dead! And he's like, I should have done better there! I forgot to switch off my emote button! And that's what makes... like I said, the launch pad clip that I clipped of him, he laid down 12 launch pads while trying to build a 1x1. And he deleted it! It's just things like that. It's just... Got to keep those clips. They're amazing.
Oh, do you know what? Actually, I wonder if I can find it on my channel. There's a clip on my channel. This random kid came in, right? Oh, mate, it was brilliant. This random kid came into my game, and hang on. Yeah, this random kid came into my game from Australia or something. So he must have been playing on like a million ping. If I can find, I'll show you it if I can find it. Fucking hell. Please be on here. Bear with me.
Chat, get your questions ready.
Yeah. I was just going to say
I'll help you out here, guys. I'm going to help you out here because I'm going to leave you for 2 minutes again. I'll come back.
Yes.
Chat, if you've got any questions, I'm pretty sure if he hasn't done much with his party points. His channel points. But if you highlight a message in using your channel points, if you want Gaz to ask a few questions at the end, there you go. I'm going to help you out there, mate. That will help you out in your next one too. So highlight a message if there's any questions you want to know about either Gaz or myself. Do that. I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. Okay.
You know what? I wish this clip was still on here because. Yes, we can, Diablo. We can watch that again. I wish this clip was still on here. I don't know if it still is. So I haven't got loads of clips. Ooh. Just trying to look for this random clip. Oh, here it is. Oh no, that's not it. But yeah, there's a clip on here where a random kid came into my game and he threw heels at somebody when he was trying to shoot on it. It was just brilliant. Better. Well, clip that then.
Daddy, chill.
That was Bex. Definitely wasn't that anyway. That was Bex. Yeah. But yes, if you've got, we've got some questions in the chat already. Yes, highlight your questions with channel points. Because there are definitely want some questions for MrDeanGenie. Are we enjoying this so far, chat? How are we doing? I actually tried to throw a grenade at somebody earlier on when I was trying to shoot them. Yeah, it's a shame that clip's not on. What is this one?
Work.
Rubbish. It is rubbish. Worst shotgun in history.
It is bad.
60.
Oh, do you know what? You can watch this one. It's brilliant. Dean sort of raged a little bit, and I love this.
It works.
It
works.
Rubbish. It is rubbish. Worst shotgun in history.
It is bad.
60, 50, 40, 30. It's like it decreases in damage the more you use it.
It's not. It's a massive no cap though.
Play this mode.
Will somebody please clip that?
What?
Hello, Dean. So the first question we had was, can we watch the waterfall clip again? And I wouldn't want to let anyone down.
I can guess who asked that.
Doesn't matter. But
Pelican.
Right, okay. Top of all time.
4 top 3.
Yeah, we can watch that again, Diablo.
Zip line. Not a single shot on him.
Oh god.
Cracked him, Miku.
Right, let's see other questions.
Any other questions?
Let's see the other questions we've had. Okay. So Brad has said, can we ban Diablo from playing squads with us, Steve? What do you think?
100%. Next question.
Right, Diablo, you banned. So this is from Doddy. Dean, serious question. Did you get your renewed membership to the Big Boys Sauna Club?
Yeah. Right.
You've got to now. You've got to.
Yeah. The one thing I was afraid of when streaming on Twitch is the day that Andy and Doddy found me. And they found me, and I haven't I speak to Andy most of the time. I haven't spoke to Doddy much and Josh much over the past couple of years because obviously, living so far away, we've all had our own individual lives and all that kind of stuff. But I knew one day would come that he'd be in my Twitch chat, and I don't like it.
Shed some light on the Big Boys Sauna Club.
Next question.
I'm not going anywhere until you shed some light.
It's a thing that we had, kind of ties into the stunts that I used to do, and it was one of those things that Dottie used to come out with, and Josh used to come out with. Welcome to the Big Boys Sauna Club. I don't need to say anymore.
Yeah, no, I don't think you do.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's for another.
In fairness, in all joking aside, I'm really pleased that Doddy, Andy, and Josh have come onto Twitch. I know in things like COVID times, it's very hard to see people at the minute, and it's really good to see my old friends come into Twitch and troll me, and it's just like the good old days when they used to call me Bombhead. Next question.
Yes, the next question was from Josh. How do I build in Fortnite?
Josh did well today. It was his first day on. He's got a KD of 12. So he's done really well today. He understands the concept of a battle royale game because he plays Warzone. But we're building. I can't tell him or show him how to build because I play on keyboard and mouse. He plays on controller. Good people to ask is Brad Bot, who's in the chat right now. Brad is very good at building on Fortnite, so he's a good person to have advice off. So if you ever want to add him, I'm sure he'll spend some time with you. Willow's been very good with Gaz. You know, anyone really like that's in our community that plays controller and is competent at building. Definitely, like, you know, in Discord, reach out to him. Right, who can help me? And then just like, you know, add him. Oh, you got my Fortnite.
Yeah, I was just going to say. Interestingly, I've just brought your Fortnite tracker up. So you've had 658 wins, 5.6% win rate, 11,872 kills. It's a lot
Not bad.
It's a lot and a kill death of 1.07.
Yeah, I was terrible in the first few seasons of Fortnite, so I had a KD of 0.7 at one point. So I'm really pleased. It's over 1 now.
I think mine's 0.99 now.
Yeah, the game was like, this is not to like, you know, throw shade on your KD or anyone that's just started the game, but the game was a lot different back then. There was no skill-based matchmaking, so you were in games with real people every single game. Who had 100,000 wins or 100,000 kills, whatever. It was a completely different dynamic, the game was. So that's why my KD and my stats weren't great early on. But obviously it's helped with skill-based matchmaking to a degree that my KD's improved. So it's like the game was so different back then.
You've had a good you've had a good session today.
Yeah, I've had about 100 kills over about 12, 13 games today.
165 kills in the last 27 matches with a kill death of 11.
Not bad.
That is good.
Not bad at all.
Default squad bots.
Default squads bots. So that's a game entirely filled with bots.
Right, okay.
Because obviously I've been playing, like Lauren and Josh have only just started playing the game, so their games are going to be padded out with AIs. But as games went on, Josh didn't have any AIs, and I think when Lauren starts playing the game more, there won't be as many bots.
Yeah. So let's have a look if we've had any more questions. So, Dean, what are you doing to celebrate 1K followers?
I have something up my sleeve which isn't going to be tied in with 1K followers, and I haven't actually thought about it much. Mainly because it's come around very quickly. Like you mentioned, it didn't seem that long ago I was on 700 followers, and now I'm on 900. That's come around really quickly, and that's a massive spike in followage. So I haven't really got anything prepared for 1K followers, but I do have something up my sleeve which I'm going to announce. Maybe. I might start my OnlyFans, but I can't promote it on Twitch because it's against TOS. I've seen people get banned for it. Yeah, I've got something up my sleeve. I'll probably shed some light on it next week.
Doddy has a second question. Where did the face come from?
Him. Next question.
Have we got any more questions? Because there's no more highlighted questions. Chat. I need some questions.
Listen. Yeah, we need some questions.
MrDeanGenie.
We need some questions.
Serious
this is the question section. Let's have some good questions about, like, you know, today. Oh, here we go.
Nah.
There's one in the chat.
Not really what you want.
Go on, read it out.
Peanut said, Dean, why do you keep leaving skidders in the pan? I mean, answer it.
I could answer it.
Do it.
He's laughing. I can hear him laughing next door. I mean, it's a very blokey household, I guess. You know, it's not really like a household. It's like men behaving badly here. You know, Peanut's had my clippers. Like, you know. Do you know that scene on American Wedding?
Oh.
That's what he's been using my clippers for, to shave his fucking cock area. Next question.
I don't know if any of these are going to be serious. But, one of them's great. Don't read them. So once says Dean do the face, just do it.
Next question.
Okay, from Brad, please do this. Dean, do jubilation. You've got enough room. You've
What?
got,
No,
you've
I
got
haven't got enough room.
Do
No,
it.
I haven't got enough room.
Do it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Do it. Do it. Hang on. Wait. One sec.
Don't enlarge the cam. You
There
don't
you go.
need that.
There you go.
Hang on. I need to move my McDonald's out of the way. Hang on.
Look at that head.
Hang on.
Oh, God.
Peanut, I hate you.
It was Brad.
No, I just talk about skidders. Right, so Jubilation.
Oh, someone clip this. Hang on, wait. Someone clip it.
No, you don't need to. If you clip it.
Someone please clip that.
I've just pulled my fucking hamstring doing that.
Someone please clip that.
There we go. Right, I've done the Jubilation. Next question.
Okay, Dean, why is it sometimes you dress up well like tonight and others you look like you just got in from a 3-day session with the lads?
Good question. That's actually a good question. So I generally wear on stream like PJ bottoms or jogging bottoms and baggy t-shirts, because why would I wear something smart and be uncomfortable playing video games? You don't dress up in a shirt and jeans to sit at your gaming chair to play Fortnite for 3, 4, 5 hours. You want to wear something comfy, right? Is that not? Yeah. So I'm only dressed up tonight because I'm not sweating it out. I thought I'd dress up for the occasion. I haven't dressed up for a while. I'm glad that you think I've dressed up nicely. It's been clipped. Fuck. Don't share that. But yeah, that's why would you dress up smart playing Fortnite? I'll just wear a t-shirt, a baggy t-shirt. Yeah. Next question.
I want more questions. Bex, you haven't asked a question. I want more questions. Right, if you could go back to the start of streaming, apart from the follow for followers thing, what would you do differently? Interesting question.
Oh, that is a good chance. What would I do differently is if I knew now.
Knew then.
Back then.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have started streaming on console. I would have gone straight onto PC. I would have got a PC, a gaming laptop like I've got now. I reckon I would probably be at a different stage now if I'd been PC streamer all the way through. Because there's so much more that you can do, and it's so much more versatile streaming on PC. Like, that you could do so much more.
Yeah.
Transitions, overlays, alert boxes. You got none of that on console. So I think that would probably be the only thing I would have done differently. Other than that, not an awful lot. I would have been the same person, playing the same games, and has been as engaging as I possibly can. Next question. I'm not looking. I can't look.
No, Josh has just highlighted Dean's dance clipped and in his Discord. Bex, can you tell Dean what a lovely skin he is wearing? Not really a question, but
no, that's a perfectly reasonable thing to say. I don't have any channel points on Bex's stream because there is that one which I just always have to press, and it's ask me anything. So I don't even ask her a question without using channel points, because it's very important you use channel points in Bex's stream.
Question to both: if Fortnite wasn't about, what games would you like to be a full-time streamer playing? Dean, you go first.
Football Manager. There is a niche there. I would like to have seen how Football Manager would have been like if I started like a couple of years back and stuck at it up until now. I don't think the channel would be anywhere near like it is now, because it's, you have to be a fairly big name to really be like known on Football Manager, I guess. Very hard to start from scratch and work your way up. But I think Football Manager would probably be a stream, because it's easy to engage with your audience. It's very easy to talk to your audience when playing Football Manager, because it's not, other than thinking about tactics and then just pressing the simulate button, there's not a lot you have to think about. What about you?
I would play, and this is something that I was going to discuss anyway, I would play Super Mario Maker 2 or Super Mario Maker, whichever's around at the time. So basically, excuse me, when I started watching Twitch and when I got into, it was more me watching Twitch streamers who had uploaded YouTube videos. I watch a lot of Super Mario. Like, there's a thing out there which I've played one on my stream myself. I played there's a thing called Mario ROM hacks, which is basically people, you download a hack and then you hack it onto a clean ROM of Super Mario World or Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah.
And I do play them off stream sometimes. They're just really, really, really difficult versions of Super Mario World, that are completely different. So for me, it'd be Super Mario Maker 2. Okay. Doddy. Sorry, carry on.
What?
Doddy has said,
Yeah.
Dean, who was your first love? And yourself is not an answer. That's deep.
Quite deep. Who was my first love?
And do you want to name them on stream?
I could share this story, but I'll try and make it as PG as possible. So, I haven't really spoken about the love life and stuff over Twitch before.
Well, we're going there now.
We're going there, aren't we? So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. I'm going to take you back to the end of year 11.
Okay.
I was
So that was 1970.
Shut up. 2004. It was end of year 11. Finished our GCSEs, and it was a prom. And I was seeing someone, and it was going to be the night.
Oh.
The night.
That night.
The big night.
The V plates.
Yeah. I was really fond of this girl. And I kept it quiet from a lot of people as well, because it's like, when I was at school, that kind of thing, I just kept like away from my friends.
The
and all that kind of
bands.
stuff. Yeah. So I really liked this girl, and we knew that probably after that night, because I was moving away. I was moving to Devon. She was moving somewhere else. So I won some beers. What was it? I think Donnie might remember. I was voted the best male comedian of our year, and I got given like a 4-pack of beer. And...
That's not true. You're not funny.
No, I'm not funny at all. And I got given a joke book as well. So I took the beers, and I was with her, and I went to my room. When I say my room, I was sharing it with someone else, mind, and that person I was sharing that room with was Doddy. So there I was, doing my thing, and then the next minute, I had Doddy just burst in, obnoxiously, like I forgot some of the words that he was saying, but ruined the mood completely. Put it that way, is what Doddy did, and I wasn't in the best of ways. I was tie was off and all that. And he was there, like at the bottom end of the bed, just shouting. And then there was another lad that came, and he was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry!" Like Doddy was there going, "Fuck this!" And he was just like, and it ruined the moment. And that was probably my first love. I really liked her, and Doddy ruined the moment. I hate him. Next question.
Okay. Serious question for Dean. Have you ever got a semi over a kill in Fortnite?
All the time. But it's very good that I've got a webcam that doesn't show the bottom half. Next question.
Okay, this is from Tate. What is your goal to hope for the channel in the next 12 months, apart from growing it in viewers and followers? Interesting.
It's really hard to answer that one. It is really hard. I see myself streaming in another year.
Yeah.
I'd like to do it as long as I could. I mean, like a massive feat would be to become a Twitch partner, but I've got a long way to go.
Oh yeah.
There's
75 average views.
Yeah, there's someone I'm followed to. I've been followed to for quite some time. Who's on their way? Put it that way. They're on 73.5 average viewers, and I was watching them when they were on 20-30 average. And he's been raided 3 or 4 times by Benji Fishy. I guess I want to continue doing what I'm doing, whether or not it'll be on Fortnite, I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. There may be another game that comes up in the next year, and I might get hooked into on that. I like to think that the people that follow me for the Fortnite content will follow me on any path I choose to go down. So it's a really good question, and it's really hard to answer. If I made this into a career, I'll be ecstatic. But that's not really something that I'm contemplating at the minute, I guess. Take each day as it comes.
Okay. I'm just going to read this. I got a question out of Sync. Captain Fistfinger said, "Bajow."
Bajow! Hello? That's right. It's a thing that me and Peanut say. Like, have you ever seen Rush Hour? He's just kind of said it now.
Get him to come in and say it.
Hey, Peanut, get in here. You're about to see Captain Fish Fingers.
Shirley.
Shirley? Is he coming in? He's coming in. Here he is. There he is. It's what we say to one another when like either one of us has just got home from work. But it came from Rush Hour, Joe, when the bit where he's singing War.
I've not.
Have you not seen that?
No.
Yeah, people will like Google it, and yeah, that's where it's come from. It's kind of just come from that. It's kind of a housemate thing. We're a very weird duo. Next question.
So it's been worded like this from Diablo, none other.
Yeah.
Another serious question. Dean, in 5 years' time, when you have access to your pension, will you spend that money on the stream?
Next question. 5 years' time, cheeky bastard.
This-
Get a grip.
This is interesting. Hey, Jigs. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Get more questions highlighted in the chat, because I want more questions for Dean. So this one's from Tate's mum.
Oh, Rita.
Do you want me to help decorate the room? Think you could do with some new curtains?
I really want to call her a cheeky bitch, but Rita is actually one of the nicest women I've met. They're from B&M, I'll have you know. Next question.
Dean, would you ever take up skateboarding again?
Is that Josh by any chance?
Yeah.
No, never again. I skateboarded for a couple of years. And this is like ties in with the whole stunts thing that I used to do. Doddy, Birdie, Josh, Andy. I broke my leg skateboarding. At Telford Skate Park, and I went off school for 2 weeks. And I remember when I went back to school, I was on crutches, and I had to leave lessons like 5-10 minutes early to get to the next class, or else I'll be stampeded over. So I was cutting through the science bit. So the science class has got like a bit of a courtyard in the middle, and I'll never forget this. I was there. I was hoping that no one would see me, and there was another friend of mine, Daniel Baker, helping me to get to the next class. So there I was. I really didn't want to see anyone because I was really embarrassed that I broke my leg. So there I was, head down, crutches, just going like that. Next minute, I hear through a window Doddy just pointing and going, ah! He got kicked out of the lesson, I think. But yeah, I'll never forget that. It was the most embarrassing moment of a whole classroom of 30, 40 people seeing me hobble around on crutches from skateboarding. So to answer Josh's question, never again. Next question.
Doddy has just said that was the funniest day of my life when you broke your leg.
He showed concern when I did it, but Doddy fucked me up so much over the years that he didn't really show a lot of compassion. So
okay, we've got no more questions in the chat. Have we got any more questions for MrDeanGenie? I'll give a moment to see if we've got any more questions for Dean.
Yeah, that
doesn't look like we have any more questions. Okay, Dean, wrap this up with some sort of funny story. Oh, okay. One more question then. Favorite wrestler ever?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Simple.
He is the greatest wrestler of all time. In terms of in-ring ability, not the best. But have you ever heard a crowd go ballistic over one wrestler before?
Not as much as him.
Not as much as Stone Cold. The Rock did. Don't get me wrong. Never Stone Cold Steve Austin. No one can compare to Stone Cold Steve Austin in the reaction he used to get from people. He knew that, yeah. He did know that answer. To be perfectly honest, I think he's just trying to get some questions in.
Jigs has asked, "Can you use an oven?"
I can very well. I'm a terrible cook, really terrible cook. I make a mean fry up, but I know how to use an oven. Jigs doesn't. She likes to defrost her food. No, genuinely, like she's put a pizza in the oven and put it on defrost. I thought it was cooking. Next question.
Tate's asked me if I want to watch the Discord, the chamber match via Discord later. Possibly, but we'll discuss that off stream. Joshy has said, best question of all, when are we all getting drunk?
Right, so there's quite a few people that obviously initially like people like family first. Like I do want to meet my family. They live at like far and wide, so I do want to see my family.
What?
Like my family live far and wide.
Are you taking a piss?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
What are you talking about?
I mean, family first. What about
family first? Yeah.
What about us?
You're next.
Don't feel good about that. Carry on.
My sister's almost 30 weeks pregnant, mate.
Don't feel good about it. Still carry on.
Yeah, all right then. No, you made me feel bad. So I'm going to sack off my mum and dad and my sister and my brother.
Brilliant. Yeah,
I'll come round. I'll come round your house.
Yeah. I live in Bulkington.
Yeah, I'll come round your house. So like in terms of like immediate friends, absolutely. We're overdue a drink. We're about 5 years overdue a drink. So definitely once the pubs are all open, even if we're allowed to go around people's households, you can come around here or I'll come around yours. We'll have some beers. But in terms of people on Twitch, there are some people want to meet. There's definitely some people I want to meet. I want to meet Onion Bags, Diablo. I'd like to meet Brad. I'd love to one day meet Mr. JOI. I think it'll be really interesting meeting up with Mr. J. Lauren and Nick have been in here today. They live in Coventry, so I'd love to meet them. I know they drink down my local, so I'd love to meet them one day. Bex, to a degree, I guess. I mean, she's all right. I'd like to meet her one day. Jiggles, I know she's a very private person, but if it ever comes to a day where it's like, yeah, I'll meet up with Jigs. There's a lot of people I would love to meet up with, but it's the logistics of it at the same time because people live.
You've not mentioned going for a game of badminton with Moxie.
I'd have a game of badminton with Moxie if you wanted to do a game of badminton.
So, Doddy's asked. Apparently, it's just bants for Doddy. Dean, when can you return my leopard print thong?
I've never had a leopard print thong from you. I did have one though. Was it yours? I'm actually genuinely being serious. I did have a leopard print thong. I wore it underneath my leopard print robe. Rest in peace. I remember the leopard print robe.
You wore that a download, right?
I didn't. That was the only thing I wore a download.
Yeah.
I didn't wear. I wore boxes underneath it, and that was it for the whole time at Download Festival. Well, that's another podcast talk about Download Festival. I didn't really touch on that much. Next question. There's a few more questions flying
There's
in.
a couple more questions. Yeah, I like that. Who is the most annoying roommate, you or Peanut?
He's been the easiest person out of the only 3 people I've lived with. He's the easiest to live with. When I moved in here, I moved in with Sean and Carlo. It's a big house, but it's a bit too much with 3 people. It was great living with them. They're like my brothers. Like Sean's like my older brother. Carlo's like my younger brother. I love Carlo to bits. I love Sean to bits. Really enjoy my time living with them. But with Peanut, we've lived together now 4 years or something like that. It's so easy, and he'll try and say something different in the chat because he's listening to this, I bet. But it's so easy living with one another. Like we just leave each other alone. Like when I'm streaming, when I streamed and I streamed past 11 o'clock, he'd get a bit pissed off because he had work in the morning. So that's why I always finish my streams before 11. So there's always that moral understanding. It's easy. It's so easy. And and the answer is Peanut. Next question.
Brad has asked if you want him to become your personal chef.
When I'm on 5 million followers on Twitch, then maybe. But I can't afford a personal chef at the minute.
Brad, will you do it for free? It's
a long journey for him. It's a long journey. I mean, he made like spaghetti meatballs earlier or whatever it was. So that was pretty decent. That sounds really nice.
So, Dean, can you explain the night your video camera went? More so, what happened the next day when the police turned up? It's from Joshy.
So my video camera went. So he's referring to the time that my video camera got stolen. So we were filming stunts one time, and one night someone came into the house and took my video camera. But now, bearing in mind I was 17 years old when this happened, and I saved up for it. It was cost me 300 quid. So that got nicked. Went to the police station next day. They couldn't really do anything about it. And I think he's referring to a skit that we filmed, because I had 2 video cameras with me at the time, and we filmed a skit where Doddy was the police officer. In a leather police hat.
Oh, God.
That's a different story. But yeah, I mean, that traumatized. Joe, what? And this is like joking aside, that day, I developed like a mental illness. I developed an obsessive compulsive disorder, which I still have to this day, and Peanut can vouch. So, long story short, when that happened, I got a bit paranoid, and I started to become very careful when locking the house.
Yeah.
So I would check my bedroom window 50 times to make sure it's locked. I check my bathroom window 50 times to make sure it's locked. Back door 100 times, front door 100 times, and then there was one time where I was checking the handle that many times I snapped it off the door. Got myself in a right tiz, and I couldn't go to work. So that happened years ago, and it's stuck with me ever since. It's got better recently. Like I now I've got it down to just get my phone out, film myself locking the house up, and yeah, that night actually fucked me up. Yeah, pretty deep. Like I think it was meant to be a question in jest, but that's something that's always stuck with me. But yeah, it was a horrible night. That was getting my video camera stolen. 300 quid just gone like that.
The next highlighted message is Tate's mum. Says she'll go and do your cooking for you.
Sound. Love it.
Next question. Josh has said, no, Dean, in the morning in Birdie's house, where they came to the house and interviewed you, we got dressed up for them.
No, they didn't come round to interview us, did they? We had to go to the station. Did they come round? I don't think they did. I think you've got your wires crossed. Yeah, you definitely got your wires crossed. No, they can't have come round. But yes, you did get the Doddy did get dressed up for the occasion. He was dressed up in black, like PVC police outfit. Next question.
That is actually the last question, and I'll say, because we've been doing this for near 3 hours now.
That's not bad, you know.
I expected this to only go on for an hour and a half or something. So, finish this off with any story you want, just a funny story to send us to bed with lols. Now, you can do something from your past, you can do a really funny stream story, just anything you want. Just give me...
I've got so many, though.
Some comedy genie.
I've got so many. I'm just trying to think of like an appropriate story. I mean, I could go really off the wall.
Mate, you do you.
All right, then. So we didn't really touch on it. So Download Festival.
Okay, go on, give us a download story.
So this is probably my. I wouldn't say it was embarrassing. I wasn't really embarrassed.
What year was this, by the way?
2008.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Okay, so
I wasn't there, but I've heard.
I got like fucked up. Now, not drugs fucked up. I mean, I got second-degree burns from sunburn. I battered myself that whole weekend. It was scorching hot as well. I was burnt to the point that my hand was just like raised up. It was huge. I did a lot of poppers, Gaz, like as you do at like Download Festival.
Okay.
Did a lot of poppers. So yeah, I messed myself up massively.
Oh,
so
God, shit yourself or something. Carry on.
So then I basically eventually got home, and I was humming. My feet stunk, my socks stunk, everything I was a mess. Honestly, I reeked. It was the worst I've ever been. So I got in, chucked my bags down, and I sat on my bedroom floor, cross-legged, and I was going for it. Like, I think I had my PC kind of like low on my chest of drawers, so I used to sit on the floor on my carpet. So I sat there, and I couldn't control it. It just came out, and I couldn't stop it. I didn't force it out. It just fell out.
You did shit yourself.
And I had like baby blue boxers on, so I stood in my bedroom, pulled down my boxers, and honestly, it tarmacked all the way down. I was like, shit, like quite literally shit. So this is the kicker. So I rang my mum. She was at work on a lunch break at school.
Why?
And I said, Mum, you never guess what. I was still like half cut. I was like, Mum, you never guess what's just happened. And she was just like, so, what have you done? And I was just like, I shat myself everywhere. And do you know what? She didn't lose her mind or anything like that. She was so calm as anything. On the other end of the phone, and she goes, don't worry about it, son. Just get a hot bowl of soapy water, put them in there, and I'll sort it out when I get back home. And I was just like, well, I ain't doing that. So like, I hung up and I was like, I ain't doing that. So instead, I put them. So I lived at like Queensland Avenue in Ilsden. So I opened my bedroom window and I just put them on the flat roof. I didn't want to touch them. They were caked. Closed the window and I forgot about them. And then I may or may not I forgot about them. And the next morning I look out and I was like, they're gone. They're in my neighbour's garden, just on their patio. Caked their patio, and I was like, oh! I've never opened up my window again. I just closed the curtains for the foreseeable. I was just like pretending like I didn't live there. So there you go. There's a story for you. Like,
do you know what? Do you know what? I will have just one more question. By the way, Doddy said, Dean, I could listen to you all night about our memories growing up. I love you. And Tate said, I love this story when I was talking about that. But,
yeah.
But we'll end on this one.
Yeah.
Joshy says, remember the night in Devon where you got sunburnt, you punched me in the face and Justin turned up?
Yeah. So another story. So we went on holiday to Devon. Devon 2005. Me, Josh, Doddy, Andy, and Birdie spent a week in Devon. I was there for 4 weeks because my dad lived there, and I got sunburnt badly. I mean, there's a trend to this. I get sunburnt quite easily because I'm ginger, pasty.
Well, I'm allergic to the sun, so he's preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So like, you can also we can relate to one another. So I got sunburnt quite bad one day, and I said to the lads, we fuck around all the time, lads, but I am telling you right now, if any of you slap me on the back or fuck around with my sunburn tonight, I will punch you. So at the nightclub, I go to sit down on my chair, and someone pulls the chair away.
Oh, no.
I land straight on my back. And I knew I was in agony, but at the same time I was raging, and I said, I'm going to punch the first person I see, because they're the ones that pulled the chair away. And who was the first person I saw? Josh. I punched him. What the fuck did you do that for? I was like, I told you if you fucked around with my sunburn, I was going to punch you. I didn't move your chair away, you prick. Turned around, and there's this lad, Michael, who we met out there, who legged it out the nightclub. So then shit hit the fan with me and Josh. Security got involved, and I just left. I was 17 at the time as well.
That's. But do you know what? We've had the shit yourself story. We've had the sunburn stuff. Where can we? There's only downhill from there, and I'm going to have you on again. So at some point in the future.
Can I just say, it's like, I know we've been talking about doing something like this for a while.
Yeah.
And obviously with your channel growing as it has been, and we had that discussion a couple of weeks ago about, this is something that you should do. I've really enjoyed this. This has been way out of my comfort zone. I've never done anything like this before. Talk about my life and our life and Twitch and Fortnite. I've really enjoyed it. So I would definitely come back and talk about different subjects. Just make sure that you ban Diablo from talking about the waterfall clip.
Which waterfall clip are you on about?
Never mind.
I'm not going to put it on again.
Good.
Right.
But no, it's been an absolute pleasure and a privilege.
Thank you very much for joining me, Dean.
Yeah, it's been really good. I mean, you know, guys, stick around because I think Gaz might raid someone.
Yeah, I am going to raid someone. I'm going to raid someone called Rachel Grace because she's playing Fortnite. She's got FNCS in her video title. So,
oh, is she?
Yeah. Although she's doing box fights, I think.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, I'm going to raid someone called Rachel Grace. Enjoy her. She looks cracked. Dean, stick around on. We'll have a bit of a chat afterwards.
Yeah, a few more minutes. Yeah, of course. Mate.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Lauren. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around. Thank you, Bex, for the bits. Thank you, Diablo, for the gift subs. Thank you to all the followers. I appreciate you all. And just enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Take care.
Take care, guys. Yeah. Have a good one.
Well, I'm going to be here for another 8 seconds because you can't raid straight away, can you? Oh, God. Professional.
This is a bit awkward, isn't it?
See you later,
guys. Love you all.